by Monday's attack. Dave?
Alistair, everything was catching fire. Everything was exploding. That's how one witness describes a chain reaction disaster at a fireworks market outside Mexico City. At least 29 people are dead.
The market was packed with shoppers stocking up on fireworks to celebrate Christmas and New Year's. The blast leveled stalls, burned cars, and damaged nearby homes. Witnesses described stones and bricks flying.
Fox's Kathleen Maloney, 72 were injured, some severely burned, over 90% of their bodies. No word yet what started the fire. State lawmakers will return to the North Carolina Capitol today to consider repealing that so-called bathroom law, which led to boycotts and businesses not wanting to go to North Carolina. President Obama has a parting gift to environmentalists, ordering a drilling ban in parts of the Arctic and Atlantic Oceans, areas now off limits to oil and gas leases.
President Obama is relying on executive power provided in a 1953 law. Environmental groups believe reversing the ban for a future president will be difficult. Still, President-elect Trump has vowed to reverse many energy policies, including opening up offshore drilling.
Fox's Jared Halpern. Happy winter. The solstice hit about 17 minutes ago. Fox News Radio, fair and balanced.
Some clouds this morning, 22 degrees at 5:02 on AM 560. The Answer. Good morning. I'm Mike Scott. CTA workers planning to hold a day of action today across the city, demanding what they call a fair contract. A protest will be held outside the Jackson Lewis law firm on Michigan Avenue. Rallies will also take place outside the CTA headquarters and the 95th Street Red Line station. There's no service disruption planned. A 16-year-old girl is in good condition after being beaten and sexually assaulted at gunpoint on Chicago's West Side. Police say the teen went to a house Monday evening in the 1000 block of North Laurel when an acquaintance then punched her and pointed a gun at her. Another suspect then sexually assaulted the girl. She was able to escape the following morning. No arrests have been made. A couple's 4 children are expected to recover following a house fire in northwest suburban Elgin. Officials say the blaze began early yesterday in the 300 block of Division. Amy and Jeremy Bishop's 2 sons and 2 daughters were hospitalized. The home destroyed. Cyclists and runners will soon be able to share Chicago's 18-mile lakefront trail in a much safer manner. Sun-Times says the Park District has just received a $12 million donation from Ken Griffin to finish that trail separation project. A portion of the path has already been outfitted with a clear north-south divider. The project will now be done by 2018. A community of nuns in the state will go forward with their lawsuit against a strip club operating next door to their convent. As AM 560's David Stewart reports.
The Missionary Sisters of St. Charles Borromeo claim Club Allure is a public nuisance because it harbors prostitution and drug use, allegedly witnessed by investigators hired by the nuns. A judge has now rejected a motion by the club's owners to dismiss their lawsuit. Nuns attorney Scott Berchtold says the law is on their side.
It specifically says that any citizen of the county in which a nuisance is maintained may bring this type of action. They can file the complaint in the name of the state, in the name of the people of Illinois.
Further court action on the lawsuit is on hold, though, while the club appeals the village's cancellation of its liquor license. David Stewart, NBC News Radio, Chicago.
Chicago sports, Derek Brassard, Tom Pyatt scored 10 seconds apart during Ottawa's 3-goal second period. Senators beat the Blackhawks 4-3 last night. UIC, a college baskets winner over Northern Arizona. Northwestern dominates IUPUI. Bulls battle the Wizards later tonight at the UC, while Illinois and Missouri duke it out in St. Louis in the annual Bragging Rights basketball clash. The news, a service of Hallmark Signature. Christmas is getting just a bit closer. Who made your year extraordinary? Celebrate them with the handcrafted dimension of a Hallmark Signature card, because there are no ordinary people. These are no ordinary cards. Find Hallmark Signature in the card aisle wherever Hallmark cards are sold. 5:05 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Dennis Prager says it's hard to undo the damage from the left.
Many people on the left really do believe what they believe. There is a sincerity of belief. The truth is, it's a big part of the problem. So it's very, very difficult to undo the damage of beliefs that are utterly false.
The Dennis Prager Show, weekdays at 11, right before Sean Hannity at 2 on AM 560. The Answer. Every Sunday at noon on AM 560, The Answer is reserved for the show about flipping houses and making money in real estate. It's Real Estate Airwaves. This show will give you the inside info you need to find, fund, fix, and flip real estate in today's market. Joshua Ingalls and Vincent Pace share the secrets to minimize risk, maximize profit, and get deals done. Make an appointment for Real Estate Airwaves, Sundays at noon on AM 560. The Answer.
Check it out, it's the Terminator. Hey, when'd you get back, huh?
Did you have to shoot anyone?
Why are you so distant? Are you not happy to see me?
So what's the deal? You gonna get a job now or what?
Why are you being so jumpy? Put all that stuff behind you, okay?
No one knows what it's like to come back from Iraq or Afghanistan unless they were there. Join other veterans at communityofveterans.org because we know where you're coming from. Brought to you by Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America and the Ad Council.
5:06. Let's get an update on the roads this morning in our AM 560 Traffic Center. Here is Jim Talamonte. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Mike. On the Tri-State Tollway, the north end on the southbound or eastbound side of 94 at 173 Rosecrans. Got a vehicle fire. This has the right lane blocked. On Eisenhower at Kedzie, there's a crash in the right lane, and the bottom of the exit ramp is blocked off as well there. And on Ryan, a collision at Roosevelt's gone. Roadwork on the Stevenson and Lakeshore Drive has cleared. Got a car fire in Lombard on North Avenue at Swift Road. And also in Country Club Hills, got a structure fire in the 1800 block of Edwards near 183rd and Pulaski. Traffic is a service of American Express Open. Business cards from American Express can help cover the big purchases you need to make when you need to make them. Find out how American Express Open cards and services can help prepare you for growth at open.com. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560. The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer starts next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the aircomfort.com Weather Center. The latest this morning from meteorologist Brian May.
Cloudy and not as cold today, high 34. Tonight mostly cloudy, not as cold late, low 25. Sunshine tomorrow, high 34. Partly cloudy tomorrow night, low 20. Friday, increasing cloudiness, high 33. I'm Brian May on AM 560, The Answer.
22 at O'Hare, 24 along the lakefront. Your next news update is at 5:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy starts now on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by the IRS Radio Hour with attorney Stephen Leahy every Sunday afternoon at 5 on AM 560, The Answer.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
Good Wednesday morning. It's the eve of Christmas Eve, right?
It's winter.
It is. Oh, yeah, that's right. Today's the first.
About 4:45 this morning.
4:45?
Well, I'm just getting, winter just started.
Yeah. Let's take a few stretches this morning.
Okay.
Let's stretch it out.
Are you ready to do the workout with Jane Fonda?
I'm ready.
Yeah. Of course, we also need plastic surgery. It helps as well.
That voice belongs to Bruce Wolf, who's filling in for Dan Proft. Hi.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming out today.
Anyway, I have
we had our Christmas party yesterday. Keith Conrad, a no-show.
Me too.
Bruce Wolf,
well, I'm not
a no-show.
I don't belong here.
I invited you as my guest. And guess what we had?
What?
Here, come on over. Come on over, Keith. Hunker down, pull a mic up.
What?
We had, and it was really cool. At first, I was a little leery. We had special entertainment coming. Big surprise.
Really?
So we waited. We had the food first. Of course, I took a plate home for dinner last night. Brought in my tinfoil. And we had an improv troupe.
Are you serious?
And Debbie, who works at WYLL, our sister station, she was part of the troupe, and she was really good. She is so talented. So, Keith, why didn't you show up?
Well,
why'd you miss the surprise and the fun?
I have.
Be honest. Do not lie.
I have other duties.
Oh no, you have a side job. But tell everybody what your side job is. What do you do to get your side hustle on? And it's not Uber.
The Gary Meyer podcast.
See, there you go. Traitor.
Who was Gary Meyer?
Some guy. He's an upstart.
One of those
podcaster.
wacky kids.
Yeah.
Do those podcasts make any money? Because everyone's doing
Some
it now.
do. There are about 3.
Which
that
ones
do.
make money?
The Gary Meyer podcast and
Okay.
Adam Carolla makes money on his.
Does Lena Dunham make money on hers?
No. Well, no,
the one
because
who
she
wishes
can't-
she had an abortion so she could be down with the struggle.
The problem is podcasts are audio, and everybody just rushes to Lena Dunham when they can see her naked.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. And who else?
That's about
Successful?
it.
That's it.
Yeah, Gary Meyer and Adam Carolla.
Okay. How do you gauge your success level? Is it how many people tap on it? Do you monitor
you can
that?
actually tell exactly
Tap
how many
on
people
it.
are playing.
That's not the nomenclatura that we use.
So how many people listen to that podcast?
A lot, Amy.
Well, come on, I want some numbers.
I'm not at liberty to divulge those statistics.
Fine. All right. Fine. Well, I missed you both. And Bruce, you had no excuse not to go to the Christmas party.
I'm old, and I would have been tired.
Well, here's the deal.
Yeah.
So the Christmas party started about 3 hours after we got off the air.
Yeah, so what was I going to do in the interim?
I asked you to go to yoga with me.
Right,
I
that's
had
a
an
non-starter.
I
Okay,
had a mat.
next.
No, I had a mat for you in the back of my car, an extra mat. And you were horrified that I even asked.
No, I wasn't horrified that you asked. I was.
Yoga cleanses the soul. Well, it really does.
We could do some right now.
Do you want to do a
I
downward
am
dog?
actually in the lotus position right now. Hey, speaking of the Dalai Lama,
The lotus.
Isn't that Yoda?
Yeah.
I mean yoga. Boy, I got to do something. Yeah, I got Star Wars on the brain. I admit it.
He's not even in this movie.
Oh, thanks. You know, you did the review the other day. You
And
told
now?
us what happens in the movie. Now you're telling me that Yoda isn't in there. Hey, why don't you just flip over all the cards and tell us everything?
Yeah,
Right.
Keith.
Spoil everything.
I figured if you haven't seen it by now, you're probably not going to go see it.
But we just don't go when all the kiddies go. We wait till the crowd
Oh, that's true.
I
calms
hope
down.
you execute your producing duties for the Gary Doll Show or whatever it is better. Is that what it's called?
Hey, David Stripling, can you grab a mic? Can you tell us why David Stripling was at the Christmas party, but he left early before the entertainment
And David
began.
Stripling is an entertainer.
I
He
know.
could have
So
been part of the
where was
improv.
David Stripling? David Stripling.
Well, I'm not as good as Deb, so they didn't put me in there. This is just the second time you've even put me on the air. This is 2 days in a row.
All right. Well, why did you sneak out? I saw you running around.
Oh, I had to go work on the Gary Meyer podcast.
Sure. I actually work on the Gary Meyer podcast. Do you want to hear how I do it?
Okay, what do you do, Bruce?
I do this part. Appearing on MSNBC this afternoon, ex-New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson hit back at President-elect Donald Trump. I do this voice for him.
Yes.
Now, let me ask you this. What was the improv? We could do a little right now.
Well, people just.
What was it?
It went on. It was pretty long. I mean, it was
what
about
was
an
it?
hour show. Well, they just asked us to throw out. Name a famous person.
Okay.
Name a
Gary
famous person
Dahl.
who's still
Okay.
alive. Name a
Yeah.
person who's passed away. And then
Is Zsa Zsa Gabor still alive?
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
She wasn't even alive yesterday. Nobody said Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Okay.
They said
Kirk
Abraham
Douglas
Lincoln.
is still alive.
Yeah. Kirk Douglas. I do the Frank Gorshin impersonation of Kirk Douglas. And you know how old that imitation is? Frank Gorshin's been dead for 25 years.
I'd never even heard of him until this second.
He was on Seinfeld.
Oh,
he was?
He was
that
in the
guy.
old-
Yeah.
but- right, okay. Gary Meyer
They
knows
also
who it is.
did a skit. They did a skit where they invited Jeff Reisman, our general manager, up, to the stage, the make-believe stage, and asked him to describe his day. And then they reenacted
His day. That's fun.
And they did it in 2 minute increments, and then they did it in a minute, 30 seconds, and then 10 seconds.
Oh,
it was
that's
cool.
great. That's
yeah,
fun. That sounds like
was-
fun. Why don't we do that today?
Well,
I mean, you think
'cause
I want
don't
to
wanna
talk? You think I want to rehash all this stuff and from foreign countries and all that?
Yeah, I think you do.
Not really. What I'm all going to do is regurgitate what I saw on Fox News special report last night.
Well, that's fine because
All
there's new information this morning, and we'll get to it
right.
coming up soon.
It's news, opinion, insight. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Have fun working on the Gary Meyer podcast, Keith. Appreciate it. Oh, here's Mike Scott. Where was he at the Christmas party yesterday? You guys, come on. We bond at these meetings, at these events. What's the weather like for the first full official day of winter?
Today it's and happy winter solstice to you. Today mostly cloudy, a high of 35. Tonight mainly cloudy, low of 24. Tomorrow mostly sunny, a high of 34. Low tomorrow night 23. Friday increasing cloudiness. High of 32, low Friday night of 25. Now for the traffickers, Jim Telemonte.
Good morning, Cliff. Good morning, Bruce, Amy, Keith, Dave. We got a lot of the overnight road work gone now on the expressways and tollways. We actually have some good news at this hour. The work at the Stevenson and Lakeshore Drive has cleared. The ramp closure in that area also all gone. Inbound Eisenhower-Kedzie, there was a collision affecting the ramp there on the right lane, but that's cleared as well. So really just a couple of issues. In Lombard, got a car fire on North Avenue at Swift Road, and this has North Avenue blocked in both directions. Again, in the Lombard, Glen Ellen area. Also this morning, Country Club Hill's got a fire. It's been blazing for a little while in the 1800 block of Edwards. This is near 183rd and Pulaski. Expressways and tollways right now are good. I'm Jim Talamonte in the AM 560 Traffic Center.
Hi, it's Amy Jacobson and Dan Proft here from Chicago's Morning Answer.
If you're a business owner, marketing manager, or if you make the marketing decisions for a business, listen up. We've got an offer you need to hear.
This Christmas season, we're partnering with Food for the Poor to raise money to help children and families suffering in Haiti and Guatemala. And we want you to partner with us, and we're going to put our money where our mouth is.
If you make a $2,500 tax-deductible donation to Food for the Poor on behalf of your business, we will give you an AM 560 marketing package free of charge. That package includes 40 60-second commercials that will air on this station Monday through Friday between 5 a.m. and 8 p.m. If you want to reach an upscale, affluent, engaged audience, then you need to become an AM 560 business benefactor.
Food for the Poor is one of America's largest and most respected charities, and 95 cents of every dollar they raise goes directly to help those in need.
To learn more about how you can become a business benefactor, call Jeff Reisman at 847-472-8921. Again, that's 847-472-8921, and thanks in advance for your generosity.
If you're fortunate enough to have an IRA, 401k, or other qualified plan, you also have a tax problem. For example, a $1 million IRA is really worth as little as $600,000 after taxes. Do you really want to give $400,000 or more of your hard-earned retirement savings to the IRS? Most investors and even financial advisors have no idea that a tax-free, market risk-free solution approved by the federal government has been available for more than 15 years. Known as an IRA reboot, it provides tax-free lifetime income and a death benefit for beneficiaries. It can even be used to cover college costs or provide long-term care, all without risk from market losses. And unlike an IRA or 401k, there are no limitations on the amount you can contribute. For your free illustration and financial analysis, a $399 value, call Kelly Financial Services at 708-576-8999. That's 708-576-8999 today.
Hey, you've heard how Automated Systems excels at assisting companies with systems integration and FDA compliance, but they're also a staffing leader. They supply handpicked elite leadership, subject matter experts, and proven technical professionals in engineering, quality control, and FDA compliance to support the life sciences field in executing mission-critical projects. ASI provides highly specialized pros to deliver projects on time and budget. Don't pay a lot more to a big consulting firm, and don't trust the big temp agencies to supply the talent you need. Call Laz, my friend Laz at Automated Systems, when failure isn't an option. ASI is retained by all of Chicagoland's Fortune 500 life sciences companies, from big pharma to startups, and excel through a culture of excellence in execution. For a staffing, compliance, or automation evaluation, call Laz now at Automated Systems at 844-HIRE-ASI or visit AutomatedSYS.com. That's 844-HIRE-ASI or AutomatedSYS.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
A lot going on overseas. Let's begin in Berlin, Germany. They still have not found the attacker. ISIS claiming responsibility yesterday afternoon that it was an ISIS-inspired attack. But the truck driver that they had, this Pakistani refugee who's been in Germany for a year, wrong guy. Apparently a witness thought that they saw a description matching his jump out of the truck, and you don't care, Bruce, do you?
No, I do care. When there's still no possibility, because, you know, the leftists, the appeasers, still would hope that it was some sort of neo-Nazi, maybe a descendant of Timothy McVeigh.
Well,
but
it's funny you should mention that, because the right and left are having dueling rallies today. So the right says that immigrants, since, you know, this is the first mass casualty in Germany since Angela Merkel let in 1.1 million refugees.
Again, could you turn your head when you cough like that?
Okay.
Because I'm getting a little spittle.
So they're
on my
making,
shoulder.
the right is having a rally saying that immigrants are making Germany a more dangerous country, and the left is having a rally on the other side of town saying that events shouldn't fan the seeds of hate.
Why don't they just put a wall up between the two sides?
Hey ho.
Ha ha.
Too soon, Bruce. Way too soon. But Angela Merkel, I mean,
Tear down that wall, Ms. Merkel.
Yeah, she said that it would be hard to bear if the attacker turned out to be a refugee. So that's a challenge to her own immigration policy.
You know what? It doesn't matter if it's a refugee. Do you realize
it does matter?
It
Because
matters.
they didn't vet all those people, and we don't want that to happen here, Bruce.
I get it.
Anybody agree with me? 312-642-5600 is a Turnkey Debt Pro
There's
answer.
been about 1 million refugees over the last couple of years in Germany. But it's not only refugees. It's second-generation Muslims as well. This, Amy, this is actually a battle of civilizations between... That's my Trump. Between Christianity and Islam. That's what Trump said yesterday. He's trying to start a world war.
He said that? Did he tweet that
He
out?
tweeted that, yeah.
Read the tweet. What did he exactly?
I have a paraphrase of the
All right,
tweet in my
paraphrase
head.
it again.
No, that there's a battle of civilizations right now between the... I mean, we are
Before
going
the
back to
Christians
the...
and the Muslims?
We are going back to the Crusades, as President Obama predicted
Well, I think
fortnight or
Angela
so
Merkel,
ago.
there's no way in the world she's going to win. She's up for re-election next year.
Right
I don't
now
think. I mean, she has blood on her hands. In fact, she's probably relieved that the Pakistani refugee was cleared.
Hey, Rahm Emanuel has blood on his hands too, but he's running for re-election.
How does he have blood on his
Oh,
hands?
he didn't release the Laquan McDonald video. That's latter-day Jim Crowism. He disenfranchised black voters. You have anything counter to that, Coach Amy?
Coach.
You're a basketball coach. People should know
Yes,
that.
I am
Okay.
an assistant,
Enough said.
but in charge yesterday. All right, so here's the deal. People in America, we're on edge a little bit. We've had warnings. There's no, concrete warning that this area, this part of Chicago, the Kris Kringle Market's going to be targeted, but people are worried about big trucks coming near large crowds.
It's one of the things we have to be potentially, interested in trying to find, get a hold of that vehicle and make sure it's not used for something like happened in Berlin.
So police in New York, L.A., and major cities have contacted truck rental companies and said, if you see anything suspicious, if you notice anything's off, contact us right away.
So now you've got to be afraid
of rental trucks.
I mean, usually I'm afraid of people in rental trucks anyway because they don't know how to drive trucks.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But now we have to worry about that. And then big rigs. But they said, the majority of trucks, the 18-wheelers that are stolen in the United States is less than 1% of all truck
but
drivers.
now you've got to be afraid of a truck.
Yes.
So once the terrorists have won, if we're afraid of rental trucks, why don't we be afraid of drones? Do you know that 7-Eleven now has a drone that can get to your house in 13 minutes with a Slurpee and the ice is still hard? No, but I'd be afraid of that. There's a drone coming. I've never actually even seen a drone.
You haven't?
No.
My son's is
I
still
live
stuck up
in
on
a
the tree.
live
down our
in a
street.
sheltered. I mean, I've seen them on like Modern Family.
Mhm.
I only know them, through fiction. But you'd be afraid of everything. Well, you can't walk outside anymore.
My kids went to Zoo Lights last night, and I didn't want them to go.
What Zoo Lights?
It's in the Lincoln Park Zoo.
Oh, I thought that was the new movie by Ben Stiller.
That's
Zoo Lights
Zoolander.
3.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Zoo Light. And I was worried. I thought, that's a soft target. And I just get so worried. I mean, when I'm not worried, I'm worried that I have nothing to worry about.
You know what's interesting? It's
I'm a professional worrier.
Well, I get it. I am too. You're a helicopter parent, not a drone parent, a helicopter parent.
No, I wouldn't describe me as a helicopter parent,
you don't
but
lo-
I care.
Well, you
but
care,
from a
you
distance.
worry. You didn't allow your kids to go to the park by themselves until they were 12 or 13 years
Right,
old.
exactly.
Okay.
This was the first summer I let them walk down the street
That's
to the
a
park.
typical. I mean, you're not a liberal, but that's a typical Democratic
No, we
liberal.
have 3 registered sex offenders in our neighborhood.
Well, that's wonderful. But here's the thing: you don't. So we got these helicopter parents.
Uh-huh.
They're the same people who want to allow the influx of Muslims in the country. They say we're paranoid. The conservatives are paranoid if only one out of every 100,000 or 1 million Muslims that comes in is a terrorist. But they themselves aren't willing to play the odds. They think that their
they
kids
should
are going to
look
be on the
where-
side of a milk carton if they go to the park.
Well, they should look and see, really focus on what happened in Germany because it could happen here if we don't properly vet people. 312-642-5600. Let's go to Ed, who joins us from Oak Brook. Good morning, Ed.
Good morning, and thanks for taking my call. I got 3 points to make. One, I think the left controls the newspapers in Germany as they control them over here, so I don't think people are getting the full story. 2, I don't know what the benefit is to Germany or any other country that takes these immigrants in. Even America, what is the benefit for them coming over here other than we're being nice? But it's just adding more people to the roles that we have to take care of. So in other words, it ain't helping me at all. And the third point is that all these liberals that want these immigrants in, you know what? Why don't they take them in by their neighborhood, their homes? And
Right,
just like I
right.
hear Juan Williams on the air saying, you know what, we should take them in with shoulders and all of this stuff. They ain't living by Juan Williams' house. They're not going to even be living by Obama's house or Oprah's house. But until they start going there, then yeah, let them in.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. And
Thanks, Ed, for the phone
I'd
call.
like to give just a rebuttal because I am a correspondent for Der Spiegel, the German newspaper. Yes, and no, a lot of immigrants are good, but it takes
we're
only
all
20 or
immigrants.
30,000 of them to give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, said Emma Lazarus on the Statue of Liberty in that terrible poem that was inscribed on it. But yeah, Ed's right about it. The George Wills of the world, whatever, they don't have to deal
George will quote at 5:26 a.m.
Oh, but can I just give a caveat here? Remember when we were talking to the undersecretary yesterday,
Yes,
and
sir.
he nailed me because I misattributed a quote. I gave it to George Will instead of Winston Churchill.
Yes, sir.
Then I said democracy is a bad form of government. All the rest are worse. I was joking, saying that George Will said it. He said that Ben Franklin said it. No, Winston Churchill said it. So he made a mistake, unless he was goofing on me. All right, yeah, really, that's going into the weeds here. I'm sorry.
Well, go back to what you started to say before you went on a non sequitur.
Ed is right about that to a certain extent, but he paints with a broad brush, and so we've got to find the happy medium there because we don't want to exclude all Muslims. We don't want to do that, but we do want to
I'm
be very careful. Yes,
I think I'm very open and accepting of Muslims. I have a friend who's Muslim.
I don't.
I have one friend. And then
Yeah.
people yell at me because you shouldn't say if you have a friend that's Muslim, you don't need to say that you have a friend that's Muslim, but I do.
That's cultural appropriation.
And I don't understand. I've asked her several times, like, don't you feel that you're being, submissive to the man by wearing the hijab or chador? And she said, no, this is an honor in my culture to wear this.
So now I can go around and say, I don't know a Muslim, but I know someone who knows a Muslim, which is
exactly
about as close as I want to keep it.
Also, this morning, breaking news, there's finger pointing after the assassination of the Russian diplomat, the ambassador. Turkey officials are now claiming that the U.S. should bear some of the blame. So get this, John Kerry called the Turkish prime minister to offer his condolences, and the foreign minister says that we're to blame because the shooter was a follower of that cleric Fethullah Gulen, who lives in rural Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Saylorsburg,
Right.
Pennsylvania.
So he was a follower of his. So they're saying because we're letting him live here in the United States and not extraditing him back to Turkey, that we're to blame for the assassination of the Russian ambassador in Turkey.
So it's
Did you follow the dots?
Well,
So-
it's like
and
with
this
the
is
Shah of
same-
Iran, how we protected him and created the revolution.
Right, and Claire Gulen was, they always linked him to the failed coup d'etat that happened in July, remember, when they tried to overthrow the president. So the State Department got out in front of this yesterday to clarify.
With respect to American involvement / support, tacit or otherwise, for this unspeakable assassination yesterday because of the presence of Mr. Gulen here in the United States. And it's a ludicrous claim, absolutely false.
So take that, Turkey.
Listen to podcasts of Dan and Amy from the AM 560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
Your world is in transition. You and I know that. Some of these transitions we like. Social media, smartphones, the internet. Some of them we don't. Global economics and social beliefs that are in upheaval. In this fast-changing world, you need a trusted friend to turn to. A friend to walk with you and turn transition into transformation. Join me, Steve Beeman, for The Steve Beeman Show with my co-host Carol Parisi, Sunday nights at 8 o'clock on AM 560 The Answer. Let us partner with you and empower you to make it a better week ahead.
Hi, I'm Dr. Amy Harris-Nuon of Dr. Amy & Associates and the Center for Integrative Health and Wellness. I want to get you thinking about how powerful your mind is. Our show, Mind Over Matters, will challenge you to think differently about your relationships, happiness, health, and prosperity. Listen each week as we discuss how to blend traditional and holistic health and wellness strategies to live your best life.
Tune in Sunday nights at 9 for Mind Over Matters, your show for body, mind, and spirit,
right here on AM 560, The Answer.
The website upstream-ideas.com, premium content that complements and extends what we do here on this show, long-form interviews with opinion leaders and policymakers like Colonel Alan West and now Deputy NSA, KT McFarland, and many more locals as well, like John Cass, Steve Rauschenberger. And in addition to that, we've got man-on-the-street interviews, see if people can follow the logic and highlight it when they don't, commentary, podcasts of our Illinois Rising program. That's Sundays, Sunday afternoons, 1-hour program that focuses on Illinois state politics and policy. It's all at upstream-ideas.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, proof that the left sells hatred. Wait until you see what's gone viral. But first, let's go into the newsroom. And quickly, Mike Scott, why weren't you at the Christmas party yesterday?
I was a responsible parent. My daughter had early release, so I had to go home and be there for my 5th grader.
Had to get out the parental card, didn't you?
Yeah, well, you know.
Father of 4, exemplary citizen.
Father of the year to you. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. You'll get your award later.
Thank you. By the way, Frank Gorshin is not known for his time on that wonderful TV show. Seinfeld. He's known for being the Riddler on the original broadcast
He's known
television
for
show,
doing a Burt
Batman.
Lancaster and Kirk Douglas dialogue, okay? Father of the Year?
Father of the Year.
Okay.
Knowledgeable television critic. He was the Riddler. Thank you very much.
You're right.
Except for one episode when it was done by
John Astin.
John Astin.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very
I win.
much.
What do I get?
Bruce Wolf and I will have
participation trophy.
we'll have a man hug later on.
Correct, Boy Wonder.
Thank you. 20 degrees outside. And we're watching clouds roll in this morning. Winds west at 6 miles an hour. German police are intensifying the manhunt, they say, this morning for the driver who plowed his truck into a crowded Christmas market. The death toll stands at 25. The injury total is at 45 this morning, and authorities warn the attacker is still on the loose. We're following developments this morning in Mexico, where 31 are dead and dozens more are hurt after explosions and fire destroy a crowded Mexican fireworks market. Fox's Kathleen Maloney is in Mexico City.
Powerful chain reaction explosion ripped through the open-air San Pablito market outside Mexico City. The market was packed with shoppers stocking up on fireworks to celebrate Christmas and New Year's. The blast leveled stalls, burned cars, and damaged nearby homes. Witnesses described stones and bricks flying, everything catching fire. First responders wearing masks over their mouths sifted through charred debris to reach the dead and injured, some severely burned. Kathleen Maloney, Fox News.
A witness says that in the latest deadly attack in Jordan, security forces walked into an ambush at a militant's hideout. Tuesday's attack, which killed 4 policemen, the most recent series of deadly gun battles in Jordan. In all, 14 have been killed this week, including a Canadian tourist. Just days after some of the biggest holiday sales led to online frenzy shopping across the nation, a FedEx truck was stolen in Chicago. Swiped around 11:30 Wednesday near 74th and Vernon. It was located about a half mile away. Authorities initially said several stolen FedEx packages were recovered. Meantime, UPS says because of the massive increase in packages being delivered around the holidays in the Chicago area, it will be using rental trucks from U-Haul to carry the load. But how do customers know whether the driver is a legitimate UPS employee?
They can ask for someone to present ID, to look through a peephole, to see a package. Typically, they will hold the handheld computers.
UPS's Susan Rosenberg says also look for small UPS stickers in the rental trucks. And, of course, there's always those traditional brown uniforms displayed here in Chicago and around the country. CTA workers planning to hold a day of action today across the city demanding a fair contract. More than 4.5 million people expected to travel through Chicago's 2 international airports during the holiday travel period. And the judge says the city of Chicago cannot silence people at city council meetings. Judge yesterday saying the city's policy of limiting comments to committee hearings violates the state's Open Meetings Act. Ottawa beat the Blackhawks last night 4-3. UIC, a college baskets win over Northern Arizona, while Northwestern was a winner over IUPUI. The news service of Let Us Entertain You give the gift that fits all appetites. A Let Us Entertain You gift card. Receive a free $25 holiday bonus for every $100 in Lettuce gift cards you buy. Simply visit a Lettuce restaurant or LEYE.com. 5:35 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Sean Hannity believes we need to build a cyber wall.
I've been saying that we need to fix cybersecurity. We need to beef it up. Well, Obama's known about this for the entire presidency of his. And what has he done to fix it? The only thing he's done is now speak out, 5 weeks after the election? Because it may advance a narrative to delegitimize Donald Trump?
The Sean Hannity Show. Afternoons at 2, right before Joe Walsh at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
It's Galaxy's free sale. Free installation, free design, and free financing.
773-783-8300. Call Galaxy.
This is Roger Michalski from Eagle Financial Publications. Are you a dividend investor? If so, let me tell you about a website that has just about every resource that a dividend investor could ask for. It's called dividendinvestor.com. We just launched a new and improved version of it, and there's nothing else like it. When you log on to dividendinvestor.com, you'll find screening tools plus an all-star ranking system to help you find the best dividend opportunities. There's a scorecard to track the dividends in your very own portfolio, plus time-sensitive updates so you'll be the first to know when dividends go up or go down, and so many other features. Be my guest. Log on for free today at dividendinvestor.com. Set up a portfolio and see how easy it is to work the dividend calculator. And be sure to take the website tour to discover all the other great benefits. I'm convinced dividendinvestor.com will pay dividends to your bottom line. Go to dividendinvestor.com now. Dividendinvestor.com.
5:37. Let's get an update on the roads at this moment. AM 560 Traffic Center time. Here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. And Lombard, at the west end of Lombard, near Glendale Heights, North Avenue is blocked right now in both directions at Swift Road due to a car fire. Inbound Ryan, traffic slows from the Stevenson, Burns Circle. Express lane delays start at 31st. It's about 19 minutes, 95th to downtown. Outbound fine at 15. Bishopport inbound stop and go, 130th to the Stony Island feeder. A crash there is cleared. It's 24 minutes, 80-94 to the right. Outbound fine at 15. Edens, Kennedy, Eisenhower, all good. Inbound Stevenson, a little sluggish now. Harlem to Central. The other expressways and tollways are looking good right now. Traffic, the service of Walmart. Christmas is here and you still have names on your list. It's not too late to get the hottest gifts, such as the Fitbit Charge 2 at Walmart. Order by 6 p.m. December 23rd, free pickup Christmas Eve. 4-hour minimum for order processing, subject to store availability. Christmas better. Save money, live better. Walmart. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the aircomfort.com Weather Center. Cloudy and 35 today. More clouds, 24 overnight. Sunshine, 34 tomorrow, 22 right now at O'Hare. Next news at 6. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next with Bruce Wolf sitting in with us this week on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Real Estate Revealed with Randy Barcella. Heard each and every Sunday at 8 a.m. on AM 560, The Answer.
All right, so New Year's is right around the corner. Do you make New Year's resolutions, Bruce?
You know what? I'm one of those cool guys who pretends that he doesn't, but in secret I do. And it's always that, I've got to eat right and lose weight because I'm very vain.
And also, can I add something to your list? Yeah. I really think that you should incorporate yoga in your life. You doing a chaturanga, just like Jake Arrieta does when he warms up before he pitches a game, would be fantastic.
How will that make me that much closer to winning a Cy Young Award?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it stretches out your muscle. It helps your posture, and it helps if you have high blood pressure or any heart issue
everything.
It calms you down. So you go to your happy place. Yeah. It works.
It sounds anti-religious to me. It sounds like one of those Eastern things, and that's a denial of God.
Well, MTV over there. When's the last time you watched MTV, by the way?
I actually never did. It was after my time. I know of MTV, though.
You never watched Downtown Julie Brown?
I know those people, who they are, but you kids, with your MTV. No.
Well, MTV put out a video online yesterday, get this, advising white men to resolve to stop bragging about having black friends.
Sure.
Stop saying certain words. And you're going to have to hear it for yourself. This is and it's going viral, by the way. Do you know what that means, Bruce?
Yes, it's as
What
opposed to
does it-
bacterial.
Okay.
And so I can't take an antibiotic for it. I have to listen to it. Go ahead.
Hey, fellow white guys. It's about to be a new year.
And there's a few things we think you could do a little bit better in 2017.
First off, try to recognize that America was never great for anyone who wasn't a white guy.
Can we all just agree that Black Lives Matter isn't the opposite of All Lives Matter? Black lives just matter. There's no need to overcomplicate it.
Also, Blue Lives Matter isn't a thing.
Cops weren't born with blue skin, right? I mean, yeah, they weren't born blue.
Stop bragging about being woke. Stop saying woke.
Learn what mansplaining is, and then stop doing it.
Oh, and if you're a judge, don't prioritize the well-being of an Ivy League athlete over the woman he assaulted.
We all love Beyonce, and yeah, she's black, so of course she cares about black issues. I'm talking to you, Fox News.
Feel free to take Kanye West, though. You guys can have him.
You know what you did, Kanye.
But he endorsed Trump.
No, he
Nobody
met
who has
with
black
Trump.
friends says that they have black friends.
No, did you
And
hear
just
that?
because you have black friends doesn't mean you're not racist.
Yeah, okay.
You
Can
can
we
be
stop
racist with
this?
black
No,
friends.
Because these
Look,
are like
guys,
my kids.
we know
or
nobody's
something.
perfect.
But
I want
honestly, you could do a little better in 2017.
Some of you guys do a great job. Some of you don't.
Please, because 2016 is bad. 2017 can't be worse than this.
Shut
all
up, bro.
Because this is
Okay.
bad.
Yeah.
And we'll go
listen,
woke up.
Yeah. You know what?
This is what's
all I
wrong
could
with
think of, all I could think of was, like getting a skewer and shish kebabbing all those people on that viral video. Right
Well,
now.
I mean, it's
a Game of
racist.
Thrones moment.
No,
for
it's,
me.
it's racist and it's absurd. And I particularly don't like the point when they talk about Blue Lives Matter, that's not an issue. What you're born with blue skin? I mean, that is seriously what's wrong with kids today.
This
They have
so-
no respect for police officers, and they're exacerbating that by making this stupid video suggesting New Year's resolutions for white guys.
This
312
is why Trump won.
312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. 64636, type in DA, then a quick comment. Wait, this is why Trump won?
Yeah, because it's the lecturing. It's how we should behave, and we shouldn't pretend. Who needs to hear? What are these? A bunch of millennials now?
Yeah.
MTV.
Or they
but
like to be called hipsters, by
But
the way.
the thing is that MTV is old hat. MTV is Generation X, isn't it? If I got all these generations right. So this almost sounds self-parodic to me.
Oh, that they did this just to become relevant again?
No, they did it. They're actually goofing on the whole
Black Lives Matter?
Political correctness. It's so over the top. It's almost like an SNL bit about MTV.
Well, the anger was noted and affirmed and dismissed because MTV staff members seemed unbothered by it. They didn't care when the people
What
reached out
channel
to
is
them.
MTV on my DirecTV? I haven't noticed it. Amy, we've got. May I call you by your first name?
Yes, Mr. Wolf.
Yeah, because I'm just a guest here. But Your Honor, here's the thing. There's so many media outlets right now. None of them matter in particular. The whole thing about the Electoral College. James Rosen did a great thing on Fox News Special Report yesterday about how the New York Times and this media outlet, this cable outlet, they all made this a big deal about the Electoral College, and it really was much ado about nothing. But remember, 52% of Republican voters actually thought that Trump had won a majority of the popular vote because people tune out after the election. It's not that they're ignoramuses. They're just not listening.
They took
And
a break. Well, I thought Americans became more involved with the process because people started realizing what the Electoral College was,
slightly
rather
more,
than a Big Ten school.
Marginally more, but remember, we're involved in this media bubble, too, as much as we like to say that we're outside of it here on the left-hand fringe of the dial, ironically, because we're a right-wing station. But but remember, there's so much noise out there now that no particular outlet means anything, and people go off in their lives, their Facebook pages, whatever, and they're not so much affected by some little pisher from MTV.
So where do you get your news from?
Fox News Special
what
Report,
sources
National
do you trust?
Review. That's
I'm
it.
sorry, what are they?
National Review online, and I feel guilty that I don't pay the subscription for the regular.
Oh, boy.
I
Here we
really
go.
feel bad about it. Although I did for years, for 40 years, and also, a little bit Wall Street Journal, Weekly Standard, all the usual right-wing outlets, not the alt-right ones. And Twitter. Twitter is the best thing in the world. You link to certain pages. I follow like Jonah Goldberg and Kevin Williamson of National Review and John Podhoretz. I talk to these people on occasion.
So you feel good when they retweet you or tweet you back, right?
Oh, it's a total...
It's that gratification, that instant gratification. So you're just like the hipsters.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm
You see
like
how
that.
many likes you get? Do you see how many retweets you get?
Right, and it's all about how creative you can be in 140 characters.
know.
There's no money
It's
in
addicting, though.
It's not, as good as the Gary Meyer podcast. That's a moneymaker. But I make no money on it. It's all for love.
Well, how many followers do you have?
Not many. About
Wait.
5,000.
That's not bad.
Yeah, but it's not a big deal. There are ways to jack that up. I
See,
understand.
Right. Now, how do you do that? Do you pay?
I don't know.
It has something to do with money. If you pay a certain amount of money, you can get more followers.
I'm a purist. I don't do that.
I was at 9,999, and Dan Prof said, I'm going to get people to unfollow you.
Exactly. Actually, there's about a handful of people. I'm like Socrates. I've got a handful of students out there, and I talk to them every once in a while, and occasionally, I do some intellectual name dropping. The people from National Review or Commentary Magazine. If I get in a dialogue with them, but Twitter's fantastic.
Should I tell National Review you're not paying?
Tell them. Twitter's fantastic because. Do you remember the Brian Williams, the Bill O'Reilly saga? The Bill when he,
Which one?
he claimed that he, was under fire or whatever in Argentina, and
No, you mean Brian Williams?
No,
in
no,
the
no,
Middle
no,
East? Oh,
no. This
Bill
was
O'Reilly
Bill O'Reilly.
said he was under fire.
Yeah, Bill
I don't
O'Reilly
remember
did
this
too.
one.
Yeah, it was after Brian Williams, and Mother Jones, the magazine, tried to do this expose, and I got into it with the managing editor, the big writer for Mother Jones, who used to be for The Nation. I mean, one of these big lefties, which I never could have had access to outside of Twitter. And I was basically telling him that he wasn't really going after O'Reilly the right way. And we were going back and forth. So you can actually talk to these people that you never would have had access to before.
I just say, tweet me like I want to be tweeted.
The more you listen, the more you'll know. This is Chicago's Morning Answer. Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Today's the first full day of winter. And what's the weather going to be like? Because yesterday it was 29 degrees and it felt balmy.
Totally.
Isn't that funny? I didn't need gloves or hat.
I was walking around in my bikini top.
You
as
too?
usual.
Were you going swimming too?
Yeah. at a murderer's house or
not a murder. Still hasn't been charged with murder. Still hasn't been charged.
And that's why accuracy matters to you more than your career. Did I just hurt you?
Yeah. No, I'm okay.
You're okay. I'm not.
It's been a few years. I'm all right. Well, what's the weather forecast,
I never
Bruce?
get over anything. Today, mostly cloudy, high of 35. Tonight, mainly cloudy, low of 24. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 34. Low tomorrow night, 23. Friday, increasing cloudiness, high of 32. Low Friday night, 25. Now for a check of traffic, here's Jim Telemonte.
Thank you, Bruce. Good morning. Good morning, Amy. Tri-State northbound. It's jammed. Ogden Avenue to 31st Street. There's a crash there. 2 left lanes are blocked. Lombard at the western edge of Lombard. North Avenue still blocked in both directions at Swift Road due to a car fire. Edens and the Kennedy still delay-free. Eisenhower, a little sluggish. 25th to Harlem. 31 minutes. Thorndale to downtown. Outbound fine at 29. Stevenson slow. Harlem to Pulaski. Just a 3-minute delay. Mount Ryan delays start around 31st, around 35th on the Express. 21 minutes, 95th to downtown. Bishop Ford heavy after a crash near Stony Island. 25 minutes from 8094 to the merge. I'm Jim Talamonte in the AM 560 Traffic Center.
Hey, Dan Proft here. Gentlemen, this time of year can be exhausting and stressful, but if you feel a lack of energy or motivation, no matter what time of year, it's time to get your testosterone levels checked. Stress is associated with low testosterone and can worsen symptoms like fatigue, trouble sleeping, and can affect your mood. I personally recommend going to Low T Center. They make it easy. You walk in, you take a simple blood test, and with the convenience of their on-site lab, you'll know your results in about 20 minutes. So if you're drinking coffee or energy drinks just to get you through the day, or if you always feel like you need a nap after lunch, you may have low T. Low T levels can make you feel tired and grumpy, raise your cholesterol, and cause weight gain. Low T Center accepts most health insurance and has flexible hours, including Saturdays. So don't hesitate to find out what your number is. I'm sure glad I did. Call my friends at Low T Center today and tell them Dan Prof sent you. The number is 630-409-4305. Call 630-409-4305. Again, the number is 630-409-4305. Or go to lowtcenter.com.
As a parent, nothing fills you with pride more than your child excelling at something they love. For some, it's sports. For others, photography. At Center Stage Dance Studio in Bloomingdale at Stratford Square Mall, it's dance. Children of all ages have embraced dance at Center Stage for years. And now with their new state-of-the-art 11,000 square foot location, there's the new Little Princess birthday party room, homework room, new eating area, and a new separate secure entrance. Daily Herald readers voted Center Stage one of the best dance studios in the DuPage County area. From 2-year-olds to competitive dancers, classes exist for all styles of expression. Tap, jazz, ballet, lyrical, even tumbling classes. Dancer Magazine voted Center Stage one of the top 25 dance studios in North America. Their professional staff has over 125 years of combined teaching experience. Register for classes today. Call 630-529-9080 or visit CenterStageDanceOnline.com. Center Stage Dance Studio, upper level at Stratford Square Mall in Bloomingdale, just outside of Macy's.
Tune in every Saturday afternoon at 3 for the Money Hour Radio, brought to you by Pierre Shale Financial Group. Learn estate and tax planning strategies, choosing the right IRA, and the ever-important decision when to take Social Security benefits. When you have retirement in sight, sound decisions are critical. Tune in to the Money Hour Radio every Saturday afternoon at 3, right here on AM 560, brought to you by Pierre Shale Financial Group.
Advisor services offered through Pierre Shale Financial Group Incorporated. Pierre Shale Financial Group Incorporated is a registered independent investment advisor.
This is Andy Bizup with another great reason to choose Midwest Performance Cars over the dealer for maintenance and repair of your European car. Reason number 4, our expertise. We send our technicians to the best training available for European vehicle service and repair. Whether Porsche, BMW, Mercedes, Audi, or Volkswagen, from brand new to vintage classic, our techs are equipped with the knowledge to expertly maintain and repair your vehicle. Call us today at 312-432-9492 or book online at MidwestPerformanceCars.com.
AM 560, The
Answer. This is fascinating to me. According to CNN, $800 million in lottery winnings are never claimed. $800 million.
Over what time period? Since the Crusades?
That's a lot of money.
It's not a
Well,
lot.
I'm online here for Illinois, unclaimed lottery prizes for the state of Illinois. There's a scratch-off ticket that was sold on 500 block of North Ashland, worth $1.85 million, still unclaimed.
Yeah.
Another one for $225,000 in Rockford at 320 North Court Street. Another one for $350,000. I mean, guys, come on, ladies.
No.
Check your tickets.
This speaks more about you than it does about the lottery. And let me tell you something, Amy, okay?
Yes, Bruce.
Here's the thing. Even if you claimed it and even if you won it, 6 months from the time that you got your money, you would be no happier than you were before you got it, and the odds are that you'd be more unhappy because it doesn't. See, that makes me happy. A song in my heart. But you won't be happy. Money doesn't make you happy.
Okay, but the reason why we're talking about this is because time's running out for someone who should claim a $1 million Powerball jackpot. The winning ticket was sold January 13th at the Citco Food Mart on Greenwood Road in Glenview. That was January 13th
Those
of
people
2016.
already have enough money. They live in Glenview.
The ticket expires in less than a month. And Citco received the $10,000 bonus for selling the ticket, but the money.
Can I amend this a little bit?
Yes.
I'm because I'm doing the stereotype about Glenview that they're all rich.
They're not all rich in Glenview.
Well, first of all, they were getting their gas at a Citgo, so that's already not at a premium gas pump.
Are we turning gas pumps? Are we politicizing gas pumps? Are you saying that leftists only use Citgo?
No, I mean you've got to go to a BP Amoco, a Standard Oil, a Sinclair.
Guess where I go? Where the gas is the cheapest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
that's
normally
who
not a
you are.
Citgo. Anyway, but I gas up out here because it's a heck of a lot cheaper. If you go to the border of Cook and DuPage County, you can really save.
Well, I live in the area where, and my wife will tell me, "Oh no, you could save, a nickel over." But then I have to make
a gallon.
No, but then I have to make a left turn through the snow, and it's going to take me 5 minutes to get back on track toward our house.
Here's another unclaimed lottery ticket for $2.25 million at the Thornton Gas and Food Mart in Cary, Illinois, 800 Northwest Highway. Yeah.
See, I feel sorry because people go to that for bargains.
7-Eleven, Palos Heights, $1 million. I mean, this is unbelievable to me. And where does the money go? So you don't claim your ticket.
It becomes part of the Social Security fund.
No,
which doesn't exist.
It doesn't.
No, it goes back into the fund.
It goes back into the pot, right?
Yeah, and it's used because the money's fungible, so they have dollars to actually pay out. Remember when we ran out of money and we couldn't pay out lottery winnings?
Oh, that's right.
A while back.
Because of the state budget impasse.
Stop paying out lottery winnings. So now we got a little backlog there, but I'm sure somebody's going to pilfer those funds and use it for some dumb thing like education.
And I'm taking you to task. I really think that if you won the lotto, your life would be easier.
No, it wouldn't. No.
You wouldn't have the financial burden. You wouldn't have to worry about food on the table.
I'm not worrying. I depend on the kindness of strangers.
$1 million.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
I feel like at least 50% better so far. I'm not as fatigued because I do construction work, so I normally get knocked around a lot. And I'm like 60 plus years old, and I'm still doing it. And I can start beating guys half my age now.
With the tremendous success of Dr. Howard's free set of fruits and veggies giveaway and the 120-day health challenge, this holiday season we are doubling down. Call now and see how you can get your free month supply of fruits and veggies, plus a month's supply of fiber and spice, free. Give the gift of health to yourself and loved ones, perhaps the greatest gift you'll ever give.
Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code Chicago.
It's time for a little R&R, courtesy of ChicagoRadioDeals.com. Escape to Wisconsin with the overnight stay package for the Schuster Mansion Bed and Breakfast in Milwaukee. Spend the night in Molly's Room, their 2-room luxury suite with a private bath and premier concierge service. Includes breakfast in the Victorian dining room and fresh chocolate chip cookies. Yours for only $85 per couple, valued at $169 a night. Need to stay closer to home but want a night out? Laugh out loud and be a part of the show at Comedy Sports Improv. Tickets are normally $44 a pair, but find them on ChicagoRadioDeals.com for only $22. Be sure to get your car ready for summer cruising with a deal from Fuller's Car Wash of Elk Grove Village. A full-service car wash package includes the wash, vacuum, windows, and dash. An $18 deal for only $10. Fun and adventure is waiting for you on ChicagoRadioDeals.com.
I'm worried that my employees are costing me a fortune every month in damaged or missing inventory. I'm not sure how to solve this problem or who to turn to.
Alarm Detection Systems installs video cameras that watch over your place of business, reduce loss, and increase profits with advanced security. ADS is an authorized Honeywell equipment dealer. Visit adsalarm.com or call 630-844-6300. Alarm license number 127000143.
I can't get the alarm company on the phone to save my life. My alarm's going off all the time, and I don't know why. It's driving me crazy.
Call Alarm Detection Systems. We have live reps answering our phones 24/7, 365. No auto attendant. Call 630-844-6300. Get better customer service in return. Alarm Detection Systems is an authorized Honeywell equipment dealer. Visit adsalarm.com. Alarm license number 127000143.
Every Sunday at noon on AM 560, The Answer is reserved for the show about flipping houses and making money in real estate. It's Real Estate Airwaves. This show will give you the inside info you need to find, fund, fix, and flip real estate in today's market. Joshua Ingalls and Vincent Pace share the secrets to minimize risk, maximize profit, and get deals done. Make an appointment for Real Estate Airwaves, Sundays at noon on AM 560. The Answer.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, tolls. Who's in? The IDOT wants to put toll lanes on the Eisenhower. Will it help or hurt congestion?
And should selling urine be illegal?
We'll explain. It's a great story. But first, let's go into the newsroom. Here's Mike Scott.
Amy and Bruce, the CTA, today is holding a day of action. Couple's 4 children recovering following an Elgin fire. A man sues a McDonald's franchise over the price of his value meal. Cloudy day ahead, high of 35. WIND Chicago News Time is 6 o'clock.
Fox News Radio. I'm Dave Anthony. They still don't know what sparked this. A fire at a fireworks market outside Mexico City, setting off chain reaction explosions, killing at least 29 people. Fox's Tanya J. Powers has more live.
Well, Dave, there are still more than 70 others recovering from that explosion yesterday. Some of them have been burned over 90% of their bodies. 10 of those hospitalized are children. The market was full of shoppers when it happened. The local mayor says it was especially well stocked because demand for firecrackers and rockets soars this time of the year. This sort of thing has actually happened before. A similar incident in 2005, just before Mexican Independence Day, leveled that same market, Dave.
Tanya, they have a lead searching for the terrorist trucker who drove through Berlin's crowded Christmas market, killing 12 people.
A document was found under the seat, the driver's seat in the cab of this lorry in subsequent examinations that were carried out by investigators. Now, apparently the document refers to a Tunisian national born in 1995.
Sky News' Mark White in Berlin says there's a police operation in the area where that document was registered. 3 suspected militants were killed in a raid today in Indonesia. Police say they were planning a holiday season suicide bombing. State lawmakers in North Carolina go into special session today to consider repealing a controversial law.
North Carolina's legislature could undo a law demanding transgender persons use public restrooms corresponding to birth gender. The law sparked cries of discrimination, but outgoing Governor Pat McCrory says the city of Charlotte went too far in demanding the allowance of gender identity in public bathroom use.
Fox's Evan Brown. Who would steal from Toys for Tots? A Florida woman accused of submitting fake applications for more than 100 kids. More than 100 toys found in her home. Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd told Tammy Strickland,
"You're going where we lock up Grinches. It's called the county jail."
This is Fox News Radio. Fair and balanced.
We have 20 degrees this morning, some clouds, winds west at 6 at 6:02 on AM 560. The Answer. Good morning. I'm Mike Scott. Just days after some of the biggest holiday sales led to an online shopping frenzy across the nation, FedEx trucks and UPS trucks are being held up and items stolen here in Chicago. The latest yesterday near 74th and Vernon. United Parcel Service says because of the massive increase in packages now being delivered around the holidays, it is using rental trucks from U-Haul to help carry the load. So how do you know that the driver is a legitimate UPS employee?
They can ask for someone to present ID, to look through a peephole, to see a package. Typically, they will hold the handheld computers.
And UPS's Susan Rosenberg also says look for that traditional brown uniform. CTA workers planning a day of action across the city today, demanding a fair contract. No injuries reported Tuesday night after at least one car collided with an outbound Metra train near Chicago's Bucktown neighborhood on elevated Metra Railroad tracks. As many as 2 separate vehicles may have been involved. The car got onto the tracks after apparently trying to follow directions from a GPS device. The couple's 4 children are expected to recover following a blazing fire in Elgin. Officials say the fire started early yesterday in the 300 block of Division. Amy and Jeremy Bishop's 2 sons and 2 daughters were hospitalized. A battle of words has broken out between Illinois' former and current comptrollers after Democrat Susana Mendoza said her offices felt looted. Former occupant of that office, Leslie Munger, told the Sun-Times that the former Chicago city clerk made statements to damage Munger's image, and it's outrageous. Munger says there is a full inventory, no items missing, and the office was left in good condition. A Des Plaines man is suing a local McDonald's franchisee over claims that his extra value meal is a bit too pricey. James Gertie filed that lawsuit last week in Cook County Circuit Court against Karis Management, the owner of a number of McDonald's franchises in the north and western suburbs. Now, Gertie accuses the restaurants of overcharging customers for the 2-cheeseburger meal. It includes 2 cheeseburgers, an order of fries, and a soft drink. The suit claims the meal costs 41 cents more than if someone purchased each item separately. Senators over the Blackhawks last night, 4-3. UIC a college buckets win over Northern Arizona, and Northwestern a winner over IUPUI. The news, a service of Hum by Verizon. Hum by Verizon is all the smart technology you need to upgrade to a safer, more connected car. Plug it in for amazing features like emergency assistance, vehicle diagnostics, vehicle location, speed, and boundary alerts and more. Upgrade your car with Hum today at hum.com. Hum, put some smarts in your car. 6:05 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bob Marshall, PhD, host of Healthline. This holiday season, we have several Quantum State supplements on special. Support your health during the cold winter season with colostrum capsules. Promote your best digestion with our HCL Support Trio. Call 800-370-3447. That's 800-370-3447.
Join Dr. Bob Marshall for Healthline, Saturday morning at 10 on AM 560, The Answer.
Every year, guys open their holiday presents and you hear, "No, really, I love it." That's because finding the perfect gift for guys is hard, really hard. Thankfully, this year, there's Harry's. Guys everywhere have been flocking to Harry's.com to change the way they shave. This holiday season, impress the guys on your list with a Harry's Holiday Shave Set. All of their holiday shave sets include the finely crafted razors they've become known for, guaranteed to give him the close, comfortable shave he deserves. On top of that, the shave sets also include Harry's highly rated shaving cream, extra blades, and more. Harry's is the gift he'll actually use. And Harry's owns their own factory, so they're able to make high-quality shaving supplies incredibly affordable. You can get Harry's holiday shave sets for every guy on your list this year. You can even add engraved initials to make it more personal. So head over to harrys.com to get him the gift he'll truly love. Use the code 8811 when you check out, and you'll even get $5 off your first purchase. That's harrys.com, code 8811.
6:06. Let's get an update on the roads at our AM 560 Traffic Center with Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. We're seeing heavy delays on the northbound tri-state from the Stevenson to 31st Street. There's a collision there involving several vehicles. 3 left lanes are blocked at 31st, and one of the vehicles involved, we're told, is a Cook County Sheriff's vehicle. Eastbound I-80, stop and go from the Des Plaines River Bridge before Briggs, where there's a reported crash. Kennedy inbound, heavy Austin to Central. 21 minutes, O'Hare to downtown, outbound 20. The Edens is still fine. To Eisenhower's 34 minutes, Thorndale to the old post office downtown, outbound 30. Stevenson 40 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. To Ryan 23 minutes, 95 to downtown. Traffic is a service of Staples. Staples has low prices on technology gifts for everyone, like laptops, tablets, smartphones, even Apple TV. Right now, look for the Staples Tech Gifts coupon book for great ideas and even more savings. While supplies last, U.S. stores only, excludes clearance. Staples, make more happen. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. From the AirComfort.com Weather Center, here's meteorologist Brian May.
Not as cold today, high 34. Tonight, cloudy and not as cold, low 25. Sunshine tomorrow, high 34. Increasing cloudiness Friday, high Friday 33. I'm Brian May on AM 560. The Answer.
22 at O'Hare, 24 along the lakefront. Your next news update is at 6:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next with Bruce Wolf sitting in this week with us on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Illinois Rising, hosted by Dan Proft and the Illinois Policy Institute. Sunday afternoons at 3 on AM 560, The Answer.
Good morning. Welcome to your Wednesday morning briefing. Here's what you need to know to start your day.
We told them what suspicious activity we were looking for, and they should alert us so that we can come out and investigate anyone looking for to rent a vehicle that wasn't quite right.
You know, to frame this attack as a clash of civilizations, Christians against Muslims, it helps ISIS recruit. It helps inflame the situation.
Look, guys, we know nobody's perfect.
But honestly, you could do a little better in 2017.
Please, because 2016 is bad. 2017 can't be worse than this, all right? Because this is bad.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Good morning, Amy Jacobson here, filling in for the one and only Dan Proft. Is the one and only Bruce Wolf. Thanks for coming in again.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Well, we have some breaking news about the Berlin market attack. Apparently, police are now searching for a Tunisian man in his early 20s in connection with that attack. The suspect's identity papers were found inside the cabin of the truck that was used in the attack.
Why would he do something like that? That's not smart.
Well, and also we should clarify too. It was a Polish construction company. Actually, they're at a shipyard in Italy, and they're driving from Italy and that's when he got carjacked. And the Polish truck driver it was awful because he was shot in the head inside the cab, but he was able to make one last phone call to his wife. So
well, wait a
it's
minute.
just a horrible story.
Wait, how long before the attack
in
Germany did that occur?
It was 4 hours.
So why didn't Interpol get on it right away?
They have. It was a very.
That's no pun intended.
No, but
Interpol.
If you see the inside of the cab, it's a very sophisticated truck. I mean, it is really nice. And there's a GPS system, and they said that they were watching it, and he was driving erratically, and he started and stopped the truck twice. So they knew something was wrong, and they kept trying to call him on his cell phone, the truck driver, and then they kept trying to radio him, and nothing.
Wait a minute, there was a call
silent.
given by the truck driver to his wife, right?
That was right before he was shot in the head and killed. So she didn't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
She didn't know.
No, so it was just quick.
So
quick. But I'm saying the truck was missing for 4 hours. It went off course, and they watched it, and it was swerving a lot, and nobody...
Who was watching?
The trucking company.
And the trucking company didn't alert the authorities about this, especially given the fact that the truck is basically the weapon of choice right now for terrorists.
And that's what ISIS is, well, they claim responsibility for this, but that's what they suggested in November, use a car as a vehicle, as a weapon, use a vehicle as a weapon. And it happened, Ohio State.
Right.
It happened just the other, but thank God he had a 4-door little sedan with a V4 engine and wasn't driving a truck. So a lot of people are on edge and worried about what's going to happen. And I think Merkel is in some deep doo-doo.
We have food trucks all over the place. I mean, those little things that go around. I know they park, but I'm wondering.
I get hit by a food truck.
You think this is funny, Amy?
No, I don't know.
So we're going to have like a burrito explode?
There's a donut truck, parked in front of CVS on Southport.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it's going to end.
Sure.
Come up.
You're going to be a big
I'm gonna
donut
be
hole.
Buying fruit and fresh vegetables and walking out and getting hit by a donut truck.
Well, you're going to be smothered in the cream from a Boston cream pie. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. But it's going to be a tasty death.
And it's a horrible, think about Christmas time. Their Christmases will never be the same. All the people who lost loved ones.
The people of Germany, they're fine with it. They're going to reelect Merkel.
They're not fine. No, they're not.
They probably are.
They're having a huge rally.
Passive.
The right is having a huge rally saying that immigrants are making Germany a more dangerous country because this is the first mass casualty that's happened since Angela Merkel led in 1.1 million immigrants.
Do you remember when Germany reunified? Okay, after the Berlin Wall.
Yes.
And pundits like George Will said we got to worry about German reunification because we saw what happened in the 20th century. But guys like that are always fighting the last century's battle. It turns out that Germany is being invaded.
Well, that's how some people feel.
It is.
And there's no-go zones, where the Sharia law is implemented. I just hope that people wake up and realize we do not want that to happen here.
Well, Germany is not it's not the Fourth Reich. It's not reunification isn't, where the problem was. The problem is that they've become soft.
Well, what was the tweet that Donald Trump, do you have it up there? Or can you paraphrase it?
I can paraphrase it.
Yes.
Thank you. No, it was basically that he said that there's a clash of civilizations right now, Christians versus Muslims. And, oh boy, that's a little incendiary, I guess.
It sure is, because again, for foreign policy by tweeting. He has got to have his Twitter account shut down before he gets to the Oval Office.
I don't think so.
I'm demanding that.
I like it.
312-642-5600. No, he's a ticking time bomb. He's not a refined man. He just has knee-jerk reactions to things.
But everybody knows it.
No, but our
so
enemies don't know that.
Yes, they do.
They don't understand Donald Trump.
They've read it.
So former New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson hit back at President-elect Donald Trump over that statement.
I'd like to say something supportive of the president-elect, but, to frame this attack as a clash of civilizations, Christians against Muslims, it helps ISIS recruit. It helps inflame the situation. I wish the president-elect wouldn't do foreign policy by tweet, or there should be, I think, more concerted effort to, one, get more information. Number two, find ways that we can not make this an inflammatory charge against Muslim countries that are our allies, that we're going to need against the fight against terrorism. You know, most of those slaughtered by ISIS are Muslims in Iraq, all over the world. So to frame this so succinctly as a clash of civilizations is not good. It's a bit dangerous. It doesn't help the situation.
Hey, Bill Richardson, Richie, could you have gotten that in 140 characters, please? You lost me after a couple of sentences there. You know,
Well,
Trump
he
is
says
a
that
little bellicose. Okay, we know that already. But, we're tired of the political correctness here. Where are the Muslims going against the Muslims? Saying, keeping their house in order.
The Shiites and the Sunnis are fighting each other.
Yeah, but I mean, even a guy like Bill Maher, a left-wing kind of guy, says when you got the polls among Muslims saying that they're not all that.
Does Donald
Osama
Trump's,
bin Laden wasn't all that bad.
Does Donald Trump's tweeting help ISIS recruits?
How about it helps us make sure that we want to fight ISIS? Because it doesn't seem like we really do.
Well, under the current administration, no.
No, we don't want to do it. We want to stick our heads in the sand.
312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. Let's go to Ralph, who joins us from Rantoul. Good morning, Ralph.
Good morning, Amy and Bruce. So, Bruce, you're worried about the food trucks. We all know that they are instruments of gastro destruction.
Sure.
But, when these trucks go missing, like the one in Germany, and wondering how soon people should report them, I'm sure, just like in all other societies, there are all kinds of stolen vehicles or vehicles that experience delays that people don't automatically associate with terrorism. But I think what we probably need to be a little bit better prepared for and try to prevent are, if this Tunisian guy came into Germany, I think we're just really just missing it on identifying and preventing people entering our countries, or unfortunately, those who are already here from carrying out these kinds of attacks. We just need to be more vigilant and then stop them and stop playing around like this is what do they call it? What's the current administration call this? Violent extremism, right?
Right.
That's Orwellian. Yeah.
All right. Thanks,
Yeah.
Ralph,
Thank
you, Ralph,
for the phone call. Let's go to Tony, who joins us from Downers Grove. Good morning, Tony.
Hey, Bruce and Amy. Hey, Bruce, what have you heard about? Every now and then I'll listen down the dial to hear the progressive left rant.
Sure. You mean sports radio? Yeah.
Well, anyway, they were ranting yesterday about Flynn meeting with the alt-right group in, I don't know if it was Germany, but this is I think it's a whole progressive left agenda now is going to continue to tie the alt-right with Trump and with the administration. I just didn't know if you heard anything about that.
Well, they're trying to tether it. I mean, Bannon is the linchpin because, he's at the right hand of the president. And Breitbart News, I mean, did, flirt with all that stuff.
Right. It was very provocative.
Yeah. But, really, I mean, let's get down to brass tacks here. What is actually going to happen? I understand that the tweets are incendiary a bit. That's what he does when he talks about flag burning. That
right, and that we're going to revoke your citizenship.
Yeah, stuff
I mean,
like
that's crazy talk, but he's the president.
But here's the
thing.
thing.
Leader of the free world. I mean,
what the thing is that
take it down, shut it down.
The overreaction to his tweeting is the thing that
I don't want my president tweeting.
No, but the overreaction. I say
fine. I'm overreacting. I don't want it. It's dumbing down the office of the presidency.
Good.
Grow up, Donald Trump.
No, you know what?
Seriously.
I'm tired of the imperial presidency. I'm tired of Michelle Obama telling us that the president is our great white father or half white father. I'm tired of all that. The president is a man. He is our apprentice right now. Donald Trump is our apprentice. Paul Ryan has ascended. Congress is more important.
Paul Ryan has another child to take care of, and that's Donald Trump. Paul Ryan's job responsibilities just tripled because he has to make sure he keeps him in line.
I like the fact that we're going to have a balance of powers right now, and we're not going to repose so much authority. Just yesterday, Obama, who was warning Donald Trump about using executive authority, used his executive authority
again
to cut out offshore drilling in the Arctic and the Atlantic. So there's
and
enough hypocrisy to go around.
He released 17 prisoners from Gitmo, too.
What about Blagojevich?
Still waiting. I'm still holding my breath on that one.
Rod.
Before you see it on TV, share it on Facebook, or read about it in the paper. Hear it here first. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
First full day. Oh, I hear you. I hear you have the forecast in your
You know what that is?
hot little hands.
That is me doing Larry Lujak's Clunk Letter of the Day, which Rush Limbaugh got from Larry Lujak. Rush Limbaugh and I both were inspired by William F. Buckley and Larry Lujak. We're the only people in the world who were inspired by both of those people.
I haven't heard about William F. Buckley in a while. How is he doing?
The weather today is mostly cloudy with a high of 35. Don't imminentize the eschaton because it's going to be mainly cloudy with a low of 24 tonight.
Who are you mocking, Bruce?
Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 34, low tomorrow night of 23. Friday, increasing cloudiness, high of 32, low Friday night of 25. Now for a check of traffic. Here is Jim Telemonte.
Good morning, Bruce and Amy. Tri-State Tollway northbound. Seeing big delays. Archer Avenue to 31st Street. Got a crash in the left lane. And several vehicles involved, including a Cook County Sheriff's vehicle. Eastbound I-80 stop and go Center Street before Briggs. Crash on the right shoulder. Kennedy, 27 minutes. O'Hare to downtown. Outbound 20. Eden's just a little heavy inbound approaching Kennedy. Eisenhower's 34 minutes. Thorndale to the post office. Outbound 30. Stevenson, travel time of 41 minutes. 3:55 to Lakeshore Drive. Outbound it's clear. Ryan, 23 minutes, 95th to downtown. I-57 is delayed for you. Bishop Ford's heavy, 30 minutes, 80-94 to the Ryan. No delays, Shreveport in northwest Indiana. I'm Jim Talamonte in the AM 560 Traffic Center.
It's your last chance for the best deals of the season during the final days of the Ford year-end event. Just announce, get $1,500 cash, which includes $500 final days cash, plus $1,000 Ford Smart Bonus cash on select models. Or check out special year-end lease deals across the entire lineup of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs, including Ford Fusion, Explorer, and the Built Ford Tough F-150. These are the best deals of the season for a new Ford, America's best-selling brand. Hurry, it's the final days of the Ford year-end event. Your last chance to get $1,500 cash, which includes $500 final days cash, plus $1,000 Ford Smart Bonus cash on select models. Ends January 3rd. Supply of vehicles with Ford Smart Bonus is limited. Not available on Focus RS, Shelby GT 350, Ford GT, F-150 Raptor, F-650, or 750. See dealer or go to buyfordnow.com to find specially tagged vehicles and for qualifications and complete details. For all offers, taking retail delivery from dealer stock by 1/3/2017. Sales claim based on 2015 calendar year sales.
You're never too old to learn something new, especially when it concerns your golden years. Join North Shore Capital Group at their retirement educational classes held at local colleges in your community. Each class is an interactive workshop that's held over 2 sessions and includes a workbook for you to keep and follow. Instructor Victor Rigoni will provide you with the tools and guidance to help you reach your personal finance retirement goals. At the end of the full class, you'll receive an opportunity to book an independent, complimentary consultation so that you can implement a proper retirement strategy. It's never too late to educate yourself about retirement. Call North Shore Capital Group, 312-260-7929. That's 312-260-7929 to find a workshop near you. North Shore Capital Group Incorporated, an independent firm with securities offered through Summit Brokerage Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC, and advisory services offered through Summit Financial Group, Inc., a registered investment advisor. 847-735-9200, 250 East Illinois Road, Suite 201, Lake Forest, Illinois, 60045.
Raj Shah, host of Secure Retirement Radio, Chicago's safe money specialist.
We are going to manage a portfolio to the extent where every single month you know and you feel confident that no matter what market it is, that you don't need to play the guessing game and time the market, because it's not timing the market, it's time in the market.
Tune in for Secure Retirement Radio with Raj Shah, Chicago's safe money specialist. Sunday mornings at 7 here on AM 560, The Answer.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Need last-minute gifts? Don't miss the giant stocking sale this Friday and Saturday at your local Ace. Buy an oversized stocking for $5 and save 20% on almost anything that fits inside.
Ace is the place where you're excited to get a sock for Christmas. A giant sock filled with gifts.
Offer valid at participating stores December 23rd and 24th only on regular price items that fit inside the 42-inch stocking. One per customer. Conditions and exclusions apply. See store for details.
AM 560, The Answer.
So this year we're partnering with Food for the Poor to help raise money to provide food, clean water for children and families in Haiti and Guatemala. And it's the 8th year that we've done a Christmas campaign, and the campaign has been very successful, but we're almost to our goal of providing food for a year and water for life for 1,500 children in Haiti and in Guatemala. Bruce, have you ever been to Haiti?
No, but I've read about it, and I've seen the stories about it, and it's a very sad thing.
And I have a friend, Jim Messer. He goes every year on a mission with his church to help set up systems. We stop it to help set up systems, clean water systems for people that live up in the mountains. And after Hurricane Matthew, the infrastructure was destroyed. So they're not even going this year, because I normally donate to him and to their church, to help the kids in Haiti. And my friend Sue always goes as well, too. She went last year, I should say. But they can't even get a hold of people because there were that much devastation because of Hurricane Matthew. And cholera has killed 10,000 people in Haiti. So they need our help now more than ever. And this group, Food for the Poor, has been on the ground in Haiti since 1982. So we're asking for a one-time donation of $50. With that, you will feed a child for 1 year and provide clean water for life. The money, 95 cents of every dollar donated, goes straight to the people. So it's a reputable organization, Food for the Poor. We met with one of their head honchos, Todd Chapman. He's been on the show, too, and has been to Haiti several times. And the need is now more than ever. So here's what you do. A one-time donation of $50. It takes just a few seconds. Operators are standing by. The number to call is 855-880-3663. That spells out food. So 855-880-FOOD. Or if you have a cell phone, pound 250 on your cell phone and say the word food when prompted. And again, we want to thank you in advance for your generosity. So many people have donated already. Robert in Buffalo Grove gave a gift of $100. That was nice. Craig in Barrington, David in LaGrange, Iris in South Bend, Indiana gave a $100 gift. And William from Chicago gave a gift of $30 a month for a year.
Oh, that's great.
That's great. And then we also have this business benefactor program where if you own a company or if you're the marketing director, it would really take your business to the next level.
And here's how you get involved in that. It's called the Business Benefactor Program. With this program, any business that makes a $2,500 tax-deductible donation to Food for the Poor will receive 40 60-second spots Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. on AM 560, The Answer. For a business that wants to be involved in this program, here's how you can do it. Call General Manager Jeff Reisman, General Manager Jeff Reisman, directly at 847-472-8921. That's 847-472-8921. And ask for the Business Benefactor Program.
And slots are filling up quickly. We only have a few left. People that have joined our Business Benefactor Program: Creative Contracting Resources Group, Combined Resources, Inc., Townhouse Interiors, Twin Supplies, Haymarket Center, Chris Jacobs Century 21, affiliated, CertaPro, Joe Cotton Ford. I mean, the list goes on and on. But again, slots are filling up quickly. Not a lot of time left for this campaign. So call Jeff Reisman, the general manager, 847-472-8921. That's Jeff Reisman. Even if you have any questions, Jeff will answer your questions. 847-472-8921.
Connect with Dan and Amy on the AM 560 The Answer mobile app. Just text the word app to 64636 to download the app today.
NIV Live, a breathtaking Bible experience, is the perfect Christmas gift. Voiced by award-winning actors, musicians, and pastors, it brings Bible characters to life from Genesis to Revelation.
Truly I tell you, one of you will betray me.
God of Israel says, "Let my people go."
Surely your God is the God of gods and the Lord of kings.
I have seen the Lord.
Where is your God?
Let there be light.
The NIV Live complete audio set retails for $125, but you can buy it from Faithgate this Christmas for only $29.95 with free 3-day shipping. This special offer is only available online at NIVLiveSpecial.com. The perfect Christmas gift for spouses, parents, and grandparents. Get this 79 CD set for only $29.95 with free 3-day shipping only at NIVLiveSpecial.com. Order yours for Christmas at NIVLiveSpecial.com. Limit 7 sets per order. Only at NIVLiveSpecial.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
And coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, why should we consider giving financial gifts this holiday season? Plus, my favorite story of the morning. Should selling urine be against the law?
That's the gift that I give during Christmas season. I give
You give jars of urine?
Well, it depends,
Pickled urine?
Well, I give jars to the honchos.
Okay.
But, to the lessers, I just give packets.
We'll explain what's going on and why men should listen up, because women are a little deviant, don't you know? But first, let's go into the newsroom. Here's Mike Scott.
20 degrees outside, some clouds. Winter solstice begins today. Here in the northern hemisphere, the least amount of daylight today will be shown. The hunt is on for a man believed to have been involved in the deadly attack on a German Christmas market. Investigators said to be searching for a Tunisian man in his early to mid-20s. German authorities saying it's unclear if the attacker was alone or had help when he plowed that truck into the crowded
This is the kind of thing
Berlin
that
on Monday, killing a dozen and injuring 45 others. More than 50 are missing after a series of explosions killed 31 at a fireworks market north of Mexico City. 72 are severely hurt. President Obama banning offshore oil and gas drilling in large parts of the Arctic and Atlantic Oceans. A sweeping executive order with help from Canada's Liberal government head involves U.S.-controlled waters in the two oceans and in the Arctic. Environmentalists have been pushing the president to take that action. The executive action, however, is reversible by the incoming administration. Market watchers are keeping a close eye on the Dow today as it draws nearer to the 20,000-point milestone. The Dow's been inching closer for about a week. CTA workers planning to hold what they call a day of action today across the city. They're demanding a fair contract. Protest held in Chicago this morning outside the Jackson Lewis law firm and outside CTA headquarters. A 16-year-old is in good condition. She was beaten and sexually assaulted at gunpoint on Chicago's west side. She escaped from that west side home and then called for help. No arrests have been made. A judge says the city of Chicago cannot silence anyone at their city council meetings anymore. Judge yesterday saying the city's policy of limiting comments to committee hearings violates the state's Open Meetings Act. City spokesman says council members find public comments are duplicative and unnecessary. Ottawa beat the Blackhawks 4-3. Bulls battle the Wizards later on tonight. The news service of Staples with low prices on the technology gifts for everyone. Laptops, tablets, smartphones, even Apple TV. And right now, look for the Staples Tech Gifts coupon book for great ideas and even more savings. While supplies last, U.S. stores only, excludes clearance. Staples, make more happen. 6:33 is our time. A check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Has America's history been the result of a series of fortunate accidents? Is America great because of dumb luck? In his latest book, Michael Medved argues that something greater has been at work. Divine Providence. Join AM 560's Michael Medved for a special lunch on Thursday, February 2nd at Belvedere Banquets in Elk Grove Village as he tells the story of the American miracle. Get your tickets now at 560theanswer.com/miracle. That's 560theanswer.com/miracle.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Papa Nicholas Coffee. Papa Nicholas, best beans, best roast, best coffee.
If you have unpaid tax debt to the IRS that you can't pay, please hear this special notice. Specially approved IRS relief programs designed to aid delinquent taxpayers are now in effect that can significantly improve your financial situation. Depending on your circumstances, you may qualify to have your tax problem resolved in your favor and may even have your back taxes reduced by thousands or eliminated entirely. A relief hotline has been established by Community Tax for you to call and see if you qualify at 800-231-9060. If you owe the IRS back taxes that you can't afford to pay, don't let the IRS trick you into thinking you have no way out. Our highly accredited tax professionals will let you know what you qualify for and how much you can can save. We may be able to stop all liens, garnishments, levies, and save you thousands. Call and see if you qualify for this taxpayer relief at 800-231-9060. 800-231-9060. That's 800-231-9060.
6:35. Let's get an update on the roads at our AM 560 Traffic Center with Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. On the northbound tri-state, it's slow from the Lincoln Oasis to the Thornton Quarry with a crash blocking both shoulders, and it's jammed solid 95th to 31st for the multi-vehicle collision in the left lane. Eden for the first the I-80 eastbound. We're seeing delays from Larkin before Briggs and a crash there on the right shoulder. It's a growing delay, about 10 minutes worth. Eden's inbound heavy Devon to the junction. 21 minutes Lake Cook to Montrose. It's clear outbound. Kennedy, 27 minutes. O'Hare to downtown, outbound 21. Eisenhower's 38 minutes. Thorndale to the post office, outbound 31 minutes. Stevenson, 45 minutes. 3:55 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 39. Get to that backup on the tri-state. Ryan, 25 minutes from 95th to the Loop. Bishop Ford, 32 minutes. 80-94 to the Ryan. Traffic service of Hum by Verizon. Hum by Verizon is all the smart technology you need to upgrade to a safer, more connected car. Plug it in for amazing features like emergency assistance, vehicle diagnostics, vehicle location, speed, and boundary alerts, and more. Upgrade your car with Hum today at hum.com. Hum, put some smarts in your car. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte. AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the aircomfort.com Weather Center. Cloudy, 35 today, mainly cloudy, 24 overnight, sunny and 34 tomorrow. Increasing cloudiness on Friday and 32, Saturday partly sunny and 34. Currently 21. Next news at 7. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next, with Bruce Wolf sitting in with us this week on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Secure Retirement Radio with host Raj Shah. Sunday mornings at 7 on AM 560, The Answer.
Welcome back to Chicago's Morning Answer. Amy Jacobson here. Bruce Wolf and for Dan Proft.
Hi.
Hi, thanks for coming in. You'll be here tomorrow, too.
Yes, I will.
Oh, and with program note, we will be singing tomorrow at 8:45. One of our annual Christmas carols. Oh, no. We got to build up.
I really can't say what we're going to be
Oh, you
singing.
know what we're doing because we're going to practice after the show.
Yeah, okay. Right.
Okay. So the holidays are among us. Christmas is on Sunday. Sunday, fun day.
Sunday!
Oh, my.
Where the great ones run.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I should stand back from the microphone when I do that.
Stand back off the mic when you do your monster truck impersonation. So with that, what are some fun financial gifts for the holiday season? With that, we welcome back to the program Patricia Cutaletta. She's Executive Director and Financial Advisor with Morgan Stanley in Chicago. Good morning, Patricia. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. Thank you.
So how should we consider giving financial gifts this holiday season? And what are some of the benefits?
Well, there are lots of benefits. A financial gift can be used to reduce student debt, and so ease the burden on a youngster coming out of college. Financial gifts can be used for future funding, so you can fund a young child's 529 plan, for example. Financial gifts can be used as a teaching moment. If you give the gift of stock, for example, stock is one of the few gifts you can give that hopefully over time grows in value as opposed to being used and thrown away or outgrown. So there are all kinds of reasons to give financial gifts.
Speaking of stocks, I always, the Dow is getting close to 20,000 right now. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
You're laughing.
Didn't see that coming.
Why are you laughing, Patricia?
I'm sorry?
Why
She's
are you
not laughing.
She laughed at me. She
No, it's
knows that
something
I'm
that
a
the
fraud.
left
I
thought
don't
would
even know
never
what a
happen.
write-off is, okay? But here's the thing.
It's nothing but a number. It's very simple.
It's an important number. It's first time in 17 years. Don't diminish it.
She's poo-pooing you.
She really is. I hate it when she's dismissive like that to me. All right, but here's the thing. I always subscribe to the belief, buy the rumor, sell the fact. As to wit, the Trump reforms, which everybody thinks is going to, making the stock market skyrocket right now. But you got to buy now because once it becomes a reality, that's when the market might taper off. So now is the time to buy, right?
No one can tell you when you should invest in stock.
And what do we have you on the air for?
Anytime the market has gone up as rapidly as it has in a fairly short time, I would encourage people to dollar cost average into the market, meaning decide how much you're going to invest, do it 1/10 a month or 1/4, 1/10 a quarter or whatever. No one can pick the best day to get in. No one can pick the best day to get out.
And I was just kidding, when I said that.
Yes.
Okay. She's got a sense of
It's
humor.
when you take your sarcasm just a little too far, Bruce.
Because she knows what she's talking about.
All right. So, Patricia, my grandparents, God bless their souls, used to give us savings bonds for, Christmas, for birthdays, graduation. And I have not cashed most of them in because I don't want to pay taxes on that. Is there a point where the savings bond, it maxes out?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. And it's like anything. It's like any other gift or a financial gift. The thing that people have to keep in mind is there's also a tax consequence many times.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, if you gift to a 529 plan, you may have some state tax benefit received by the donor. If you gift common stock, people have to remember that the cost basis of that stock stays with the stock. So many times if you own stock and you're going to gift it to a grandchild, for example, your grandchild, if the child eventually sells the stock to go to college, for example, chances are that child's going to be in a much lower tax bracket. So you are far better off to gift a stock in which you have a large unrealized capital gain because the child can achieve that capital gain or can realize that capital gain and not have normally not have the same degree of tax consequence.
What about charitable contributions?
Charitable contributions are terrific. There's nothing better than, A, caring enough about a person to know what they're passionate about, and then giving a gift to a charity in their name. That's enormously complimentary, and to say nothing to the fact that it helps the charity.
All right. Well, thank you so much for spending time with us this morning. We really appreciate it, and all of your tips. And Bruce appreciates you too, right?
Can I deduct, I'm getting the staff here, $10 Starbucks gift certificates?
Good question.
So can I deduct that?
No.
No, right. Bruce.
Right.
Why don't you give us a real Christmas bonus?
Right.
Add another few zeros to that.
All right. But this woman is doing nothing but laughing at me.
No, she's not.
She knows that I'm a financial neophyte. Okay.
Yes, we know. Right. And I'll cash my savings bonds. Seriously, they have been in my safety deposit box for 2 decades.
I
think that they.
Thanks for reminding me. I have bar mitzvah bonds, Israel bonds from
you do?
1967. I think Moshe Dayan doesn't even have the eye patch on at that point. He had sight in both eyes.
Well, thank you so much, Patricia.
Thank you.
Kudaletta, we appreciate.
Have great holidays.
Thank you. She's the executive director and financial advisor with Morgan Stanley in Chicago. And she joined us on our Turnkey.pro answer line.
It's like a hot, steaming cup of information to start your day. It's Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Coming up, getting paid to pee. But first...
That's a write-off.
Here's your forecast.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah. You're getting paid to pee. It's happening. But should there be a law against it? We're taking your phone calls, 312-642-5600.
Today it's going to be mostly cloudy, a high of 35. Tonight, mainly cloudy, low of 24. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 34. Low tomorrow night, 23. Friday, increasing cloudiness, high of 32. Low Friday night, 25. Now for a check of traffic, here is Jim Talamonte.
Thank you, Bruce. Tri-State Tollway northbound. We're seeing delays from 8094 to the Lincoln Oasis. There's a crash in the left lane. Those delays actually now are starting on westbound 8094 around Torrance Avenue in Lansing. Farther north on the Tri-State, it's a mess from 95th to 31st. There was a left lane blockage. Now this multi-vehicle collision has moved to both shoulders. Cook County Sheriff's vehicle involved. Eastbound I-80 stop and go. Larkin before Briggs with a crash on the right side. Edens is 26 minutes. Lake Cook to Montrose outbound 20. Kennedy 34 minutes. O'Hare to downtown outbound 22. The Ike 42 minutes. Thorndale to the post office outbound 32. Stevenson 46 minutes. 355 to Lakeshore Drive outbound 39. Ryan 25 minutes. 95th to downtown. I'm Jim Talamonte in the AM 560 Traffic Center.
I'm Lou Dobbs. A Russian fraud operation could be bilking companies out of millions. On-call work scheduling taking a hit. And today we have the existing home sales report. Those stories next.
Bill Bennett here to tell you about Augusta Precious Metals. Attention investors, your IRA or your 401k may be at risk again. The 2008 crash wiped out up to 50% of IRAs and 401ks. Can you afford to lose again? What if you could store IRA or 401k savings where you can see, touch, and hold it in your hands? With the Augusta Gold or Silver IRA, you transfer a portion of retirement savings into physical coins you can actually see and get fast in case of any disaster. Call Augusta Precious Metals today for a free gold and silver IRA guide. No obligation. Augusta Precious Metals, A+ Better Business Bureau rating, 98% 5-star customer satisfaction rating with TrustLink.org. Trust Augusta. Call Augusta Precious Metals today at 1-855-222-6993. That's 1-855-222-6993. One more time, 1-855-222-6993.
A company specializing in the detection of online fraud has uncovered a Russian-run operation that may have cost big companies, including Fox and ESPN, millions of dollars in lost ad revenue. The operation used so-called bots to bill advertisers for millions of ad views that never happened. Disney and Aeropostale among a half dozen retailers that have agreed to end on-call scheduling. Critics argue that requiring workers to call in before a shift to see whether they're needed makes it tough to arrange things like child care. Investors are awaiting the existing home sales report. Sales have been flat for most of the year, partly because of a shortage of homes on the market. Please join me for Lou Dobbs tonight at 7 and 11 Eastern on the Fox Business Network. This is the Lou Dobbs Financial Report.
You know, the weather in Chicago is going to be terrible this year. The cold, the snow, the gray skies, baby. It's cold outside. But
really can't stay.
It's cold outside.
I guess I should go.
Baby, it's cold outside. Did you know where it'll be warm and sunny for the next 5 months? Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic. That's where AM 560 The Answer is headed. Dan and Amy and the rest of the crew. They're going to be staying at the Secrets Cap Cana Resort and Spa. It's an unlimited luxury resort that just opened in November. It has 5 gourmet restaurants, 7 bars, serving unlimited premium drinks and 24-hour room service. The resort has sparkling pools and access to pristine beaches. Join AM 560 The Answer, Dan and Amy in Punta Cana, and have the vacation of a lifetime. Get more information and book your trip by visiting 560theanswer.com, keyword passport. The price that Apple Vacations has secured for this trip is incredible and exclusive to AM 560 The Answer. Don't miss out. Visit 560theanswer.com, keyword passport.
My daughter started school, and I find myself worrying if she is getting home safe while I'm still at work. I wish I could check up on her.
Alarm Detection Systems offers remote control of your security system from your phone. Get text or video alerts when someone's at your door. ADS is an authorized Honeywell equipment dealer. Visit adsalarm.com or call 630-844-6300. Alarm license number 127000143.
Our neighbor had thousands of dollars in flood damage and lost several items that are irreplaceable. Is there a security solution to receive early warning of an event like this?
Of course. Alarm Detection Systems has flood detection systems alerting you when water gathers in your home, giving you time to react. ADS is an authorized Honeywell equipment dealer. Visit adsalarm.com or call 630-844-6300. Alarm license number 127000143.
That's Lisbeth. She doesn't know it, but she owes her life to a change in public opinion. Our younger generation of women is turning the tide of public opinion concerning abortion. The most recent statistics show that more women facing unwanted pregnancies are choosing life compared to 15 years ago. Many wonder why, if a pregnant woman and her unborn child are murdered, it's a double homicide. Yet they ask, why isn't abortion a crime? More women now value life, even if their unwanted child is to be placed for adoption, because they may feel like they can never forgive themselves of an abortion, even if the law does. Lake County Right to Life, helping young women choose courage over convenience. LCRTL.org. That's LCRTL.org. Visit Lake County Right to Life on Twitter and Facebook, or call 847-223-7022.
AM 560, The Answer.
Nice.
You know what
David
this song
Shipping.
is? It's Donovan. It's Mellow Yellow.
Oh,
okay.
that's right.
I'm
Ready?
just wild about
Here we go.
fronting.
Wait, they call me Mellow Yellow.
Hold on. Quite rightly.
They call me Mellow Yellow.
Quite rightly.
They call me Mellow Yellow.
Quite right. Bum, bum.
All right, so women are getting paid to pee. End of story. Drop mic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Out.
Yeah. Women are getting paid to pee.
Yeah, this is a little bit of fraud, and now some
A lot.
lawmakers are deciding whether or not to make it illegal to pass legislation in the state of Florida.
I'm passing a stone right now. Will you tell me why they are paid to pee?
All right, so this is what happened. There's a pregnant woman in Jacksonville, Florida. She needs money for school, and she had an idea. One that perhaps maybe she saw online a few years ago, but since she was already pregnant, and as a result, she had to urinate frequently, because that's what you do. She might as well do so and make money. So what she did was she would buy pregnancy test sticks, pee on the stick, then sell them on Craigslist.
And what is the benefit to somebody to get a positive pregnancy test?
Oh, honey.
Why would a woman want a I mean, I could see like
That's how you get your man. I mean, you tell your man it's a form of blackmail. Oh, honey, I'm pregnant. Look. See,
That's how they're using
I'm
it?
pregnant. Yeah, I'm pregnant. So now you have to pop the question. Now you have to marry me. Now you have to love me.
Can't you just color the stick or something like that?
No. Oh, no. It's not like that.
It's sensitive to the
Oh, yeah.
urine.
It has to be a certain type of urine.
See, I was hoping that like Alshon Jeffrey of the Bears, who's had a 4-game suspension because of PEDs, if he had gotten one of those tests, he could have said, I'm pregnant. I'm not using steroids.
So we have this, that happens all the time where people buy other people's urine because it shows that they're not doing steroids or back on the drugs, or smoking marijuana. And we have a sign up here system where if you get your urine checked, your blood pressure, your BMI, prove that you're not a smoker, you have to draw blood to prove that you're not a smoker. We get discounts on our
health insurance.
So I went to one of these places, I'm not going to say the name, and they had to watch me pee. And I said, no, I'm not a drug addict who's looking to be cleared. This is part of my health insurance package program. She said, ma'am, you cannot shut the door because people sneak in urine samples.
So I could never work here because I have bashful kidneys and I couldn't do it in front of anybody.
Are you serious? You can't pee in front of people? That's what all you men do when you go to the bathroom.
Not some of us.
Not some of us.
Some of us look to our left and look to our right and wait, till the coast is clear.
All right, so WJAX
That's why I buy my urine.
Yeah,
to actually use it in the bathroom.
All right, back to the story.
Sorry.
So someone at WJAX TV in Jacksonville saw the ad and decided to send an intern undercover to arrange a purchase. So this woman, I'm not saying her name, she agreed to meet at a pharmacy. They picked up a pregnancy test, and pregnancy tests are not cheap. They're about $20. And then she sent the woman to the public restroom where she created the positive test. So after the deal was complete, the reporter revealed herself, and the woman agreed to do an interview as long as she remained anonymous. Here's Miss Anonymous.
I saw from other women and their experiences that it's very easy. $200 in a day. Off something I have to do no matter what.
So she gets paid. She gets paid $200 a day
over
to
9
pee on
months.
as many sticks as possible.
Needing all this money to pay for a degree, this was like a no-brainer.
So it was a no-brainer.
And while she's in labor, she says, "Can I get at least a couple of more samples out here? Because, I want a nice room in the hospital."
So it is a way to blackmail your man so that he'll pop the question. I mean, then he props the question. Oh, you're gonna have a baby, and then you say later that you had a miscarriage. Oh, honey, I miscarried. I'm on to you, ladies. So now there's a movement to have the selling of women's urine be illegal in the state of Florida.
This is the kind of thing that makes legislatures go, we need to pass a law that says you can't do this.
Because it is a form of fraud. I mean, really, if you present to the man or to anybody that I'm pregnant, now you have to love me and take care of me and the child.
My view?
That's fraud.
My view is unless and until somebody actually uses said urine for the purposes of fraud, the actual sale itself shall not be construed to be fraudulent.
312-642.
That's my view.
Okay, 312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. 64636, type in DA, then a quick comment. Let's go to Verlin, who's on the south side. He says that I have the motive all wrong.
How's it going, Amy? I love you. What's up, Bruce?
What's up? Are you a friend of mine? I want to say that I have black people.
Yes,
as friends.
yes, you are.
Okay.
You got a black friend, Bruce.
There we go.
Yeah, all right, now, but Amy, I hate this. I hate to say it, but you got it wrong.
Oh, we have the motive wrong? What is it?
You got it wrong. The motive wrong. It's not to pop the question. Look how many baby daddies and baby mamas it is in the hood. 72%. So it's not to get married. It's the women are pulling a scam to get the abortion money.
My God.
Yeah.
So they got it on both ends. Well, they're
Holy cow. Verlin, that's you're right.
Yeah, it sounds bad, but think about it. A guy will pay for an abortion before being locked in 18 years with a kid.
So it's a fake abortion. It's like Lena Dunham. It's like, I want to have an abortion. This is
Maybe Lena Dunham could buy one of those pregnancy sticks so she could feel
goodness.
it. Hey, Verlin, thank you so much.
Sinister.
All right, now. Take care.
You're listening to Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Hey, Dan Proft here. Gentlemen, this time of year can be exhausting and stressful, but if you feel a lack of energy or motivation, no matter what time of year, it's time to get your testosterone levels checked. Stress is associated with low testosterone and can worsen symptoms like fatigue, trouble sleeping, and can affect your mood. I personally recommend going to Low T Center. They make it easy. You walk in, you take a simple blood test, and with the convenience of their on-site lab, you'll know your results in about 20 minutes. So if you're drinking coffee or energy drinks just to get you through the day, or if you always feel like you need a nap after lunch, you may have low T. Low T levels can make you feel tired and grumpy, raise your cholesterol, and cause weight gain. Low T Center accepts most health insurance and has flexible hours, including Saturdays. So don't hesitate to find out what your number is. I'm sure glad I did. Call my friends at Low T Center today and tell them Dan Proft sent you. The number is 630-409-4305. Call 630-409-4305. Again, the number 630-409-4305. Or go to lowtcenter.com.
Illinois deserves an honest analysis of the problems facing our state. Avoid the spin from the mainstream media and Springfield insiders by tuning in to Illinois Rising every Sunday at 3 p.m. AM 560's Dan Proft and the Illinois Policy Institute tackle the policy and political issues that matter most and discuss possible solutions. So if you're sick of the status quo, then be sure to listen to Illinois Rising this Sunday at 3 p.m. on AM 560. The Answer. Life should be an adventure, and so should your health. It's another can't-miss Health Quest radio show this Saturday morning. Dr. David Kolbaba.
I'm the host of Chicagoland's longest-running health news and science show. As a primary natural healthcare practitioner, I've been helping people just like you reach a higher place of health and longevity, utilizing more natural strategies as I believe our Creator meant it to be.
Create your adventure in health. Tune into Health Quest Radio every Saturday morning at 11 on AM 560. The Answer.
Balance of Nature's Fruits and Veggies has thousands of success stories from people just like you. There is only one way you can find out for yourself what Balance of Nature's Fruits and Veggies will do for you, and that is try it. Yes, try it and receive your own success story. To help make this happen, Dr. Howard has put together an all-new health challenge that will absolutely allow you to find out for yourself what Balance of Nature's Fruits and Veggies will do for you. The new challenge will allow you to receive 2 months of free product. Yes, 2 months of free Balance of Nature's Fruits and Veggies. Call now for details, and who knows, you may be hearing your own success story on the radio. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com. Use promo code Chicago.
It's the most effective product that I've ever bought in my life. I should have ordered it 15 years ago.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, is America to blame for the assassination of the Russian ambassador? Plus, Trump is a tree killer. Wait till you hear that story.
Excuse me, I jumped the gun right there because I'm so excited. We got the Tony and Tina ticket giveaway.
You're not going to want to miss it. But first, let's go into the newsroom and say good morning once again to Mike Scott.
21 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. Here are the stories we're following right now. The CTA expected to hold a day of action today as employees protest for a new fair contract. Couple's 4 children recovering after a Elgin fire. A judge is allowing a nun suit against a strip club to go forward. Cloudy day ahead, high of 35, and clouds overnight, a low of 24. Your full forecast after Fox. WIND Chicago News Time, 7.
Fox News Radio. I'm Dave Anthony. German police have received hundreds of tips, and they have a new lead, searching for the terrorist trucker who drove over Christmas shoppers at a Berlin market in an attack ISIS took credit for that left 12 dead. Fox's Alistair Wanklin has an update live.
Police reportedly searching for a Tunisian man. German media say his documents were found in the cab of the semi. Investigators also are examining the truck's GPS data, and they're also asking for cell phone images from people who may have witnessed the attack. Meanwhile, police stepping up security in public places in nations from Britain to Norway and in Indonesia today. Police saying they prevented a suicide attack planned for Christmas Day or New Year's. Officers killing 3 suspects in a raid. For Indonesia, that's the second apparent terror plot foiled in 2 weeks, Dave.
Alistair, Mexican authorities vow to find who's responsible for a fire that turned into a chain reaction of explosions at a fireworks market full of holiday shoppers outside Mexico City. 29 people were killed, more than 70 injured. Some have severe burns over their bodies. North Carolina legislators are about to reconsider that controversial bathroom law, which led to boycotts of the state. Outgoing Republican Governor Pat McCrory.
As I promised months ago, if the Charlotte ordinance was repealed, I would call our General Assembly into special session.
And that'll be today. Charlotte dumped its ordinance Monday, allowing transgendered people to use any bathroom they identify with. The state law said no, they can only use the one of their birth sex. A former NFL player found dead in his home in Detroit. Robert Edens and another man had been shot to death, and police captain Kurt Warboy says whoever did it appeared to want to blow the house up and cover it up.
The gas was on from the stove. Somebody left on, the pilots were not lit, so it looks like it was an intentional act.
Edens played for Buffalo in 2011. We're going to have a long night. This is the day we get the least sun. Winter arrived early this morning, though much of the country is getting a reprieve from the recent Arctic blast of cold air. Fox News Radio, fair and balanced.
Cloudy skies, 22 degrees. It is 7:02 on AM 560. The Answer. Good morning. I'm Mike Scott. Authorities have released the name of a man found dead inside a car submerged in an icy suburban Chicago pond. Cook County Medical Examiner's Office says he has been identified as 27-year-old Christopher Stone of Chicago Heights. Police say they believe there were 2 people in the car, but have stopped searching for a second person. Emergency responders spent hours Sunday in sub-zero temps trying to recover that vehicle from a pond in Linwood. CTA workers planning to hold a day of action today across the city, demanding a fair contract, but they say service will not be disrupted. Workers will protest outside the Jackson Lewis law firm and the CTA headquarters. A 16-year-old girl is in good condition after she was beaten and then sexually assaulted at gunpoint on Chicago's west side. The teen went into a home Monday evening in the 1000 block of North Laurel Avenue when an acquaintance then punched her and then pointed a gun. Another suspect sexually assaulted the girl. The victim was able to escape the following morning, then call for help. A judge says the city of Chicago cannot silence people at their city council meetings. Judge yesterday saying the city's policy of limiting comments to committee hearings violates the state's Open Meetings Act. She's ordering the city to provide time for public comment. City spokesman says council members find public comments at council meetings duplicative and unnecessary. Community of Nuns is going forward with a lawsuit. AM 560's David Stewart explains why.
The Missionary Sisters of St. Charles Borromeo claim Club Allure is a public nuisance because it harbors prostitution and drug use, allegedly witnessed by investigators hired by the nuns. A judge has now rejected a motion by the club's owners to dismiss their lawsuit. Nuns attorney Scott Berchtold says the law is on their side.
It specifically says that any citizen of the county in which a nuisance is maintained may bring this type of action. They can file the complaint in the name of the state of the, in the name of the people of Illinois.
Further court action on the lawsuit is on hold, though, while the club appeals the village's cancellation of its liquor license. David Stewart, NBC News Radio, Chicago.
Chicago sports. Ottawa beat the Blackhawks 4-3. College hoops. Northern Illinois, Northwestern, and UIC with wins, and the Bulls take on the Wizards tonight. The news, a service of Ace, the place with the helpful hardware folks. Christmas is better when you wrap it in red at your local Ace. Stop by this holiday season for great gifts like New Weber Genesis 2, power tools from Craftsman and DeWalt, Traeger grills, hammocks from Eno, and more. Only at Ace, the helpful place. A check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
You need to understand that the way you build wealth is you do not use the evening news or CNN or Fox to set the tone of your emotions around your investing.
The Dave Ramsey Show.
If you're thinking of changing your investing patterns because you're watching the news, you need to turn off the news. You are in charge of your destiny.
Dave Ramsey. Weeknights starting at 7. Presented by Wintrust Community Bank on AM 560. The Answer.
Every year, guys open their holiday presents and you hear, "No, really, I love it." That's because finding the perfect gift for guys is hard, really hard. Thankfully, this year, there's Harry's. Guys everywhere have been flocking to Harry's.com to change the way they shave. This holiday season, impress the guys on your list with a Harry's Holiday Shave Set. All of their holiday shave sets include the finely crafted razors they've become known for, guaranteed to give him the close, comfortable shave he deserves. On top of that, the shave sets also include Harry's highly rated shaving cream, extra blades, and more. Harry's is the gift he'll actually use. And Harry's owns their own factory, so they're able to make high-quality shaving supplies incredibly affordable. You can get Harry's holiday shave sets for every guy on your list this year. You can even add engraved initials to make it more personal. So head over to Harry's.com to get him the gift he'll truly love. Use the code 8811 when you check out, and you'll even get $5 off your first purchase. That's Harry's.com, code 8811.
7:06. Let's get an update on the roads in our AM 560 traffic center. Here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. In Kenosha, 94 westbound or northbound past 158. There's a vehicle fire on the shoulder. 8094 westbound, slow from Burnham Avenue and Lansing up to the Lincoln Oasis after a crash. And the northbound tri-state is jammed, 95th to 31st. There's a crash blocking both shoulders. Edens is 22 minutes. Lake Hook to Montrose outbound 24. Kennedy, 37 minutes. O'Hare to downtown, 18 minutes from Montrose, 16 on the express. Outbound still Montrose to Harlem. It's about an 8-minute delay. Eisenhower, 43 minutes. Thorndale to the post office, outbound 32. The Stevenson, looking at about 49 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 50 due to those delays on the tri-state. Bryan, 28 minutes, 95th to downtown. Southbound Lakeshore Drive, heavy 18th to the Stevenson. Northbound Veterans Memorial Tollway. Stop and go for the Boughton Toll to Maple. Crash in the right lane. Northbound 53 still Algonquin and Northwest Highway with a crash in the right lane. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560. The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. From the AirComfort.com Weather Center, here's meteorologist Brian May.
Cloudy and not as cold today, high 34. Tonight, mostly cloudy, not as cold late, low 25. Sunshine tomorrow, high 34. Partly cloudy tomorrow night, low 20. Friday, increasing cloudiness, high 33. I'm Brian May on AM 560, The Answer.
Currently 22 at O'Hare. Next news, 7:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next with Bruce Wolf. Sitting in with us this week on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Power Trading Radio. Heard Sundays at 2 p.m. Brought to you each week by Online Trading Academy.
Good morning. Welcome to your Wednesday morning briefing. Here's what you need to know to start your day.
We told them what suspicious activity we were looking for, and they should alert us so that we can come out and investigate anyone looking for to rent a vehicle that wasn't quite right.
You know, to frame this attack as a clash of civilizations, Christians against Muslims, it helps ISIS recruit. It helps inflame the situation.
Look, guys, we know nobody's perfect.
But honestly, you could do a little better in 2017.
Please, because 2016 is bad. 2017 can't be worse than this, all right? Because this is bad.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Good Wednesday morning. Amy Jacobson, Bruce Wolfen for Dan Proft.
Hi.
Thanks for coming in again, partner.
Hey, how could 2016 be bad? What happened in 2016 that everybody, it's universal?
Because the liberals are still hurt because their candidate didn't win.
No. What's the thing that everybody rallies around, except if you live around 35th and Shields, I guess, or Beck Drive? The Cubs won the World Series in 2016. 2016 will be remembered for that, an event that transcends all time.
Are you feeling the Christmas love this year?
I always do, every year.
Well,
I feel it anyway.
But you're Jewish, but you celebrate Christmas, right?
No.
You don't have a tree?
No, that is anti-Semitic.
No, my aunt's Jewish, and they've had a Christmas tree every single year.
What does it mean?
I don't know. You know what? I never asked her. I think it was about the kids.
It's always
and I
fun.
have friends that are Jewish, and their husbands are Catholic or some other denomination,
Some
and
of
they
my relatives
celebrate.
are.
They celebrate both.
I have
Hanukkah. Is your wife Jewish?
My wife is Jewish.
Okay,
yes. But there's intermarriage in my family. I mean, in my immediate family. Okay.
I don't know why I find that.
Why are you laughing at everything?
I have
Should I have a funny face?
No, I have a really bad case of the giggles today, and I shouldn't.
I guess so.
And you're not helping me because you're making faces,
yeah,
and it's very difficult to do my job.
So, would you like to turn to the topic at hand?
Yes, but real quick, I just want you to know, and we're just staying on this so people know that police are searching for a Tunisian in his early 20s, a man that they believe is connected to the Berlin Christmas market attack. He's the man who carjacked the truck and plowed into the Christmas market and killed 12 people. So if an arrest is made, we will bring it to you.
Okay.
But yes, we are talking about toll roads and pending toll roads and the reconfiguring of the Eisenhower Expressway. 312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line.
Now,
in case you want to chime in on this one.
Yeah. Now, just, they're talking about making it a tollway. And I don't usually take the Ike because on my Waze app, which is unbelievable, it not only gives you, what the traffic is on the Ike, but it will also tell you where to anticipate the next shooting on the Eisenhower.
Stop it.
But here's the thing.
Yeah, so they're going to add a fourth lane.
A fourth lane. They would convert the two center lanes between I-88 and Racine to a hot 3+ lane.
I'm sorry. I'll take the hot 3+ lane.
Sure, which would allow carpool vehicles and buses to ride for free. Other commuters could also use the lane, but would be charged a toll. 3 traffic lanes in each direction would remain free for drivers. Now, I was just out in L.A. A couple of months ago because one of my kids lives there.
Yeah, and you have 12 children, right?
Let's see.
It 13?
Dopey, Sneezy, Dasher, and Dancer. Yeah, it's 12. So, and Daniel. And they have this carpool lane in L.A.
Yeah,
and nobody uses it.
Well, because you know what remember what happened a few years ago? Somebody's mom died, and they put her corpse in the passenger side so that they could use the carpool lane. I'm not making this up. It's true. And he was also collecting her Social Security check.
I think that was the Griswold family on their way to Wally World. They put the ant up on there.
Arizona has those lanes too, the carpool lanes.
Does anybody use them?
I do when I need to, because I'm always what I am is a Uber mom, because that's all I do is drive around kids and other people's children and my own every day. So yeah, I had the kids in the car and we jumped in the carpool lane. But the thing is, with this, how is it going to be monitored?
Look,
I mean, really, Chicago, we're going to have another, I'm on the carpool police. I'm going to check the carpool lane. So if you have a carpool, you go through the toll booth, you're not charged. But if I don't have anybody else in my car, I have to pay.
No, what will happen is they will have, underneath the sign that says, "Welcome to the tollway, Rod Blagojevich, Governor," which I always loved when Rod's name was on there because he had such a long name that covered the expanse of those toll lanes. And that was his one major accomplishment as governor, as well as pap
Open
smears.
tolling?
Pap smears for women. So
I don't understand the pap smears.
Did
he hand out free pap smears?
No,
and I
do you
didn't
remember,
get one? I want my pap smear.
Do you remember Rod Blagojevich's closing news conference when he was about to go to jail?
Oh, yeah.
And everybody, all the TV stations were covering it.
Yeah, I was there. I was out there.
You
I was
were
doing
out
live.
there?
Yeah, Steve
Okay.
Cochran. I was calling in a Cochran show.
And
it was Cochran's birthday, and Rod Blagojevich. I said, "Hey, wish Steve Cochran a happy birthday," and he did.
In his farewell address. Yeah, well, it doesn't surprise me because Blagojevich is standing there and he was like on a continuous loop. He was talking about what he had done for the state of Illinois. And every 10 minutes or so, and this went on for like 2 hours.
I know. I was out there. I was like, "Can you go inside and shut your door already?"
Every 10 minutes, we had this drinking game. Every time he mentions that he provided pap smears for the women of Illinois, which he did. And just as an aside here, the greatest question ever asked by any reporter ever.
Let me guess. It was out of the mouth of Bruce Wolf.
No. I never interviewed anybody. I'm too timid. Chuck Gowdy asks Patty at that news conference after it's over. He says, "Will you stay with him while he's going to jail?" I mean, I cringed. Just like, Chuck. But, I mean, it was...
Oh, that's awful. Because I see her,
because I
see
wanted
her a lot,
Patty
and
myself.
she's it's a very sad story.
Yes, it's terrible. Anyway, so we got these toll lanes.
Still waiting for
that
him
are
to
gonna
be pardoned.
possible.
All right. So yes, these toll roads, are they going to work?
Yeah, you have your doubts. You know what you really need to do is raise the price of gasoline, because that will force people to use the tollways. And I know our current president is going to try to do that as much as possible with these stroke of the pen EPA regulations. But other than
I
that,
hate the Ike. I avoid it at all costs because it's always crowded. There's always congestion on the Eisenhower Expressway, and IDOT actually believes that this will alleviate some of the congestion. That people will then choose to use side streets or take other highways because they don't want to pay the toll.
Well, you know what? No, actually, it's a good idea because for a premium price, you will be able. So even if you don't have a carpool thing, if you're part of the hoity-toity rich and drive a Prius or whatever, you will actually be able to use those lanes. Those premium lanes have a faster ride because you're paying more. It's going to be like.
I'm a Kennedy girl. There's nothing you can say to change my mind.
It's going to be like the way they change the prices depending on the particular game that the Cubs are playing and where you're sitting and the date.
That's already happening in my neighborhood. It makes me sick. So when the Cubs are playing, they're going to double my meter cost if I want to park on Southport or on Ashland.
So that as well.
Ugh,
But you know what's going to happen?
the life out of me here.
Imagine you're driving on the Eisenhower and you see somebody zipping by in a car that doesn't have a rattling muffler like you do, and
I don't have a rattling muffler.
Okay, and that guy is just driving by himself, or that woman in her souped up SUV, because she's paying a little extra money to drive in that lane. I think you're going to wind up getting people trying to sideswipe like it's a chariot race in Ben-Hur.
312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. Let's go to Sean, who joins us in Elmwood Park. Good morning, Sean.
I never forget the time I saw Bill Ayers in his Mercedes S550, the Mercedes Marxist, literally tooling down the Eisenhower.
No, wait a minute. You're making that up, aren't you?
No, remember I sent you the picture. I tweeted you the picture. He was driving a triple black S550. You know, his father
Well, I
was
know
the
his
head
father.
of GE.
Yeah,
His
right.
father's a billionaire, the man of the people, another fraud, another Chicago-connected wannabe mobster with a wife who looks like a fella. But listen, it's always the same contractors, the same contributors. You notice the growth of our 5 Illinois contractors, that they're on just the money laundering scheme of just keep giving it another project that we'll all pay for. And in the meantime, in the Sun-Times, the biggest number of people fleeing the state is Illinois. They're running. And if you got a car and an IQ over 70 and you got my phone number, Liberty Real Estate Services, you call me. I sell you something down in Florida, and we get the hell out of here together. I'm on a 5-year plan.
I'm going to give you a free 60-second spot if you contribute to the Food for Haiti program right here.
Fit it in when you can, Bruce. Fit it in when you can.
It's called Food for the Poor, not Food for Haiti.
Yeah, my wife is ugly, and they're expensive. The pretty ones are expensive.
No, but you're right. The people are fleeing the state because of property taxes. The property
Not only that, everything is taxed.
Well, this is the
now my sugary sodas. Now even Gatorade, because I don't even drink sugary
Wait a minute.
sodas.
This is not part of the Illinois Dan Proft's shell organizations. This was from the Paul Simon Policy Institute.
Mm-hmm.
This is a liberal policy institute that said that people are leaving the state of Illinois because of property taxes. So Sean is right about
But it
that.
was a Republican, Bruce. It was Ray LaHood with that Fabian hairdo who put an extra dime a gallon on every gallon of gas that it will never move. So on top of the 70 and 80 cents a gallon of gas, we got the Ray LaHood tax. Where's that money go? Where's it go?
Sean, can I ask you a question?
Right now, for these bell-bottom old slobs who work for the toll booth, that they're partying it up at the Pink Monkey, and we're paying for that too.
Sean, can I ask you a question? When you refer to Fabian hairdo, is that a socialism Fabian or Fabian the rock star of the 1950s?
Fabian the 1950s.
All right, there you go.
Sean loves Fabian.
You know who I'm talking about. You got the same hairdo, for God's sake.
He does.
Sean, how about this? Here's a solution. when they pull up, these people, who get the premium lanes, all right, there's a 1 in 10 chance that when they actually pull up to a toll booth, that they get godfathered, like Sonny Corleone.
Please. Well, how do you pull in the premium lane and you get behind the guy from Oak Park that you're not quite sure if it's a woman or not? He's got the Prius with the Bernie Field of Burn sticker, in the war, but bring back the draft. Have you seen these morons in Oak Park? What do you mean, in the war and bring back the draft? Because somebody explain that to me. Oak Park logic. That's why women walk around in flannel and pretend they're good looking. It's despicable to me.
If you're talking about it, Dan and Amy are talking about it. It's Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Coming up next, Trump is a tree killer. Wait until you hear this story. Oh, if this happened in Chicago, there would be riots.
Is he like a Mr. T?
Well, I'll explain, but first, here's your forecast.
Today, mostly cloudy, high of 35 tonight. Mainly cloudy, low of 24. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 34, low tomorrow night, 23. Friday, increasing cloudiness, high of 32, low Friday night, 25. Now for a check of traffic, here's Jim Telemonte.
Thanks, Bruce and Amy. Well, people may be leaving Illinois, but the traffic doesn't seem to be going anywhere. It's stop and go on eastbound I-80 from Larkin to before Briggs with a crash on the right shoulder. Westbound slow Briggs to Chicago Street. Edens, not too bad. 21 minutes. Lake Cook to Montrose outbound 22. Kennedy, 36 minutes. O'Hare to downtown outbound 29. The Eisenhower's 47 minutes. Thorndale to the post office outbound 33. Stevenson, 48 minutes, 3:55 to Lakeshore Drive outbound 49. Ryan, 32 minutes, 95th to downtown. Big delays on the northbound tri-state. First on from 8094 to the Lincoln Oasis, where crash cleared. And then where it's really bad is Harlem to 31st. It's a crash blocking both shoulders. Eastbound Adams Tollway, it's snarled from Bussey to the Des Plaines Oasis. Jim Talamonte in the AM 560 Traffic Center.
Are you stuck in a bad home mortgage? Well, join the club that has about 10 million other American families. But I may be able to help you. My name is Lou Bridges. I'm an attorney with the law firm of Lou Bridges & Associates. We've been helping distressed homeowners like you for over 8 years now. Give us a call. We provide free consultations. I guarantee you it will not be a sales pitch. We will give you our honest legal analysis, counsel, recommendations, and advice regarding your options.
We are experts in doing loan modifications successfully. We know the regs. We understand the process. Most importantly, we don't take no for an answer. We fight. We are prepared, and we win. We save houses. We make houses affordable. So if you want to keep your house affordable, contact us.
Go to bridgeslaw.net or call 224-513-1231. That's 224-513-1231.
Remember, people, never give up the land. Fight for truth and justice. You do that, I guarantee you'll never be alone in this country.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
Oh my goodness, I am so grateful for it. And my 85-year-old mother, even more so.
I love the product so far. It's been a little over a month now. And I feel great. It's incredible.
It's working good. It's amazing, Glue. I'm able to do more and I feel better. I like it.
Dr. Howard has put together an all-new health challenge that will absolutely allow you to find out for yourself what Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies will do for you. The new challenge will allow you to receive 2 months of free product. Yes, 2 months of free Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies. Call now for details. And who knows, you may be hearing your own success story on the radio. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com. Use promo code Chicago.
It's definitely a good product, no question about it. I love it.
You're on the go, up against life's daily challenges. You're up for that challenge every day, but need to take care of yourself. It's easy to get caught up with your routine and forget how much your body needs to stay properly hydrated to maintain peak performance. From hardworking tradesmen and busy professionals to moms running errands with the kids, many know the advantage to keep up the pace. Introducing MySport. MySport is your key to staying hydrated. Engineered by a bioscience company that knows you want healthier choices, MySport has the best hydration elements. You'll ditch those artificial flavors and heavy syrups and add the benefits of electrolytes, B vitamins, antioxidants, and best of all, get rid of that cloudy excuse for a drink you've been calling refreshing. The clear, healthier choice for hydration your body needs is MySport. Now through December 31st, visit misportdrink.com today and save 25% on all flavors. That's misportdrink.com. mysportdrink.com. For healthier lives, MySport delivers more than hydration. mysportdrink.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
Oh, that Tony Orlando, right? Tie a yellow ribbon around the oak tree. Well, this is about a Christmas tree, though. And this is, I mean, if this happened here, I'm not kidding you, there would be riots in the streets of Chicago.
A lot of tree huggers here.
Yeah, so in Mobile, Alabama, that was the last stop of Donald Trump's thank you tour. He went there on Friday night, and he was standing at Lee Pebbles Stadium. And behind him was this gorgeous, gorgeous Christmas tree. And it was decorated nicely, and it was an old-growth cedar. And it was a beautiful tree. But the problem is the mayor of the town decided he heard that Donald Trump was coming and they didn't want him standing in front of a scoreboard. So like, it's Christmas. Let's put a Christmas tree there. So instead of going to a Christmas tree farm, it's where people normally go to get their trees, they went to a public park and chopped down the most gorgeous pine tree that was at the park. It was at what was the name of that park? Public Safety Memorial Park.
Oh, I'm familiar with it.
Yeah,
it's in Mobile.
Yeah, and residents who were stunned when on Friday they were chopping down this gorgeous Christmas
I hope
tree,
they did
which
it
is in the middle of the
humanely,
park.
though.
Well,
Yes.
people
One
wrote to the
swift
mayor
blow.
right away and said, our city parks aren't Christmas tree farms. And another posted a photo of the tree online with the caption, "Poor tree, killed for a ridiculous purpose." And so they got a little bit of egg on their face because the tree was posthumously strewn with holiday decorations and turned into a prop for the president-elect's thank you tour. Not happy about that.
Why wouldn't he want to stand in front of a scoreboard? You could have the scoreboard with all kinds of signs, the Trumpometer, have everybody cheer. I'd want to stand in front of a scoreboard, not in front of some stupid tree.
But if this happened in Chicago, people would be out of their minds. If a city official just went into a public park and took the nicest, I'll take that one. Cut her down.
I couldn't stand it when they tore up mixed
That's what it
field.
sounded like. So when they heard that noise, residents ran out of their homes saying, "Oh, no, not that tree. What are you doing with that tree?"
Yeah.
They loaded it up onto a back loader. They took it to the stadium, decorated it.
The tree sacrificed.
So the mayor of Mobile, Mr. Stimpson, has issued a formal apology. Yesterday's visit by President-elect, or Friday's visit, was an incredible opportunity to showcase our city and offer a great event to those attending. In preparing for this event, I worked closely with the advance team in an effort to make sure every detail was covered and expectations of the President-elect's team were exceeded. I became overzealous. I know there are citizens who are upset and offended that a tree from our city park was used as part of the decorations for the event. I accept full responsibility for having done this. For this, I sincerely apologize. Going forward, I will be more sensitive to the spectrum of concerns regarding trees.
Can I ask you a question? Just a philosophical one. If a tree falls in Mobile, Alabama, and I don't really care about it, and we don't talk about it, does this story exist? Come on, we got stuff to talk about here.
They said,
Some lousy little tree.
No, it wasn't. It was not a little tree. He
It's
said
an old cedar.
Mobile is.
I'm
the
weeping
most,
a willow for you right now.
Mobile is the most family-friendly city in America, and
Billy Williams was born there.
When we're committed to safeguarding our signature trees. So here's the deal. In 2015, 9 oak trees were cleared in a park for a Hilton Garden Inn hotel. And Donald Trump has kept mum about the trees and posted, and he did not mention the tree. But we know that the tree was made in America.
Stay back, I got a chainsaw.
This is the morning show more Chicago radio listeners are choosing. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
As a parent, nothing fills you with pride more than your child excelling at something they love. For some, it's sports. For others, photography. At Center Stage Dance Studio in Bloomingdale at Stratford Square Mall, it's dance. Children of all ages have embraced dance at Center Stage for years. And now with their new state-of-the-art 11,000 square foot location, there's the new Little Princess birthday party room, homework room, new eating area, and a new separate secure entrance. Daily Herald readers voted Center Stage one of the best dance studios in the DuPage County area. From 2-year-olds to competitive dancers, classes exist for all styles of expression. Tap, jazz, ballet, lyrical, even tumbling classes. Dancer Magazine voted Center Stage one of the top 25 dance studios in North America. Their professional staff has over 125 years of combined teaching experience. Register for classes today. Call 630-529-9080 or visit CenterStageDanceOnline.com. Center Stage Dance Studio, upper level at Stratford Square Mall in Bloomingdale, just outside of Macy's.
And real quickly, the mayor's chief of staff, whose idea was it to take the nicest tree in the park, is going to personally pay to have the tree replaced, just in case you're curious.
You can't replace that. It's irreparable damage. It's hard sleeping on a flat pillow, flip-flopping during the night, or waking up feeling unrested. I suggest you order a MyPillow today. MyPillow has a patented interlocking fill that adjusts to your individual sleep needs. It's washable, dryable, manufactured in America, and guaranteed not to go flat for 10 years. If you're thinking about that tough person to buy for on your holiday list, right now is the best time to buy. For a limited time only, when you buy one MyPillow, you'll receive another MyPillow absolutely free, plus 2 free Go Anywhere pillows. And I like this. The money-back guarantee is extended through March 1st. Visit MyPillow.com, click the Radio Listener Special tab, and use the promo code AMY. You'll get 2 premium MyPillows and 2 Go Anywhere MyPillows for the price of 1, plus the extended money-back guarantee through March 1st for your holiday gifts. Or call 800-489-0201. Mention the Radio Listener Special and be sure to use the promo code AMY. That's MyPillow.com or 800-489-0201.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, high drama, pop singer and fashion model jump into action at 30,000 feet. We'll explain. But first, into the newsroom we go. Here's Mike Scott.
Amy and Bruce, good morning. Good morning, everyone. 21 degrees, cloudy skies. Investigators are sifting through the ashes and rubble of a Mexican fireworks market in suburban Mexico City. 29 died in a series of explosions. There are 72 injured, several missing, at least 53 near that outdoor marketplace north of Mexico City. President Obama moving to ban offshore oil and gas drilling in large parts of the Arctic and Atlantic Oceans. It's a sweeping executive order involving U.S.-controlled waters in the 2 oceans. He did so with help from Canada. The action is reversible. The spotlight is on Wall Street this morning as the Dow flirts with the 20,000-point milestone. It ended the day yesterday 25 points away from 20,000. Authorities have released the name of a man found dead inside a car submerged in an icy suburban Chicago pond. Cook County Medical Examiner's Office says he's been identified as 27-year-old Christopher Stone of Chicago Heights. A couple's 4 children are expected to recover following a house fire that tore through northwest suburban Elgin. The blaze began early yesterday in the 300 block of Division. Amy and Jeremy Bishop's 2 sons and 2 daughters remain hospitalized. Holiday shoppers at the Chris Kindle Market on Daly Plaza are noticing a greater police presence today in the wake of the attack on the Christmas market in Berlin that left dozens hurt and 12 killed. Chicago police say that while there's no threat to the city that's been detected, again today, additional officers will be on foot and on bicycles. And the U.S. Navy is going to bring back its rating titles for sailors. The charge had been met with a major backlash after Navy Secretary Ray Mabus made the initial decision in September to promote what he called gender neutrality by eliminating the word man from about 24 Navy and Marine job titles. Now they're bringing it back. Chicago sports, Ottawa beat the Blackhawks 4-3. College hoops, Northern Illinois, Northwestern, and UIC with wins. Loyola fell to Toledo 74-70. The news, a service of Ace. Ace is the helpful place with hardware folks helping you this Christmas, making it better when you wrap it in red at your local Ace. Stop by this holiday season for great gifts like the new Weber Genesis 2, power tools from Craftsman and DeWalt, Traeger grills, hammocks from Eno, and more. Only at Ace, the helpful place. 7:33 is our time. We'll have a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Mike Gallagher can't believe the Democrats are blaming Russia.
This is an absolute smokescreen by sore losers who don't like the fact that Hillary Clinton was defeated. If we were whining that Hillary won because of Russian interference, there'd be only one response in the halls of the New York Times and CNN.
The Mike Gallagher Show, weekdays at 9, right before Dennis Prager at 11 on AM 560. The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Papa Nicholas Coffee. Papa Nicholas, great coffee, period.
That's Lisbeth. She doesn't know it, but she owes her life to a change in public opinion. Our younger generation of women is turning the tide of public opinion concerning abortion. The most recent statistics show that more women facing unwanted pregnancies are choosing life compared to 15 years ago. Many wonder why, if a pregnant woman and her unborn child are murdered, it's a double homicide. Yet they ask, why isn't abortion a crime? More women now value life, even if their unwanted child is to be placed for adoption, because they may feel like they can never forgive themselves of an abortion, even if the law does. Lake County Right to Life, helping young women choose courage over convenience. LCRTL.org. That's LCRTL.org. Visit Lake County Right to Life on Twitter and Facebook, or call 847-223-7022.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest-growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
Hi, I'm Mick O'Rourke, President and CEO of Signature Bank. We'd like to wish you happy holidays from our Signature Bank family to your family.
I'm Kevin Vestuga, co-founder of Signature Bank. There's no better place to be for the holidays than Chicago.
And this is Brian Duncan, co-founder of Signature Bank. Whether it's ice skating under the lights at Millennium Park,
or my favorite, visiting Candy Cane Lane in Lincolnwood to see the Noonan House with the tree magically rising through the roof.
Or attending the annual tree lighting in downtown Downers Grove.
We wish you the very best this holiday season from Signature Bank, Chicago's business bank.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. Learn more about turning your business vision into reality. Visit signature-bank.com. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
(7:36). Let's check our roads in the AM 560 Traffic Center with Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. The northbound Tri-State is tangled up from 115th to 31st after a crash, then slow from the Reagan Tollway to North Avenue. Veterans Memorial jammed I-55 to Maple. The crash now on the right shoulder. Northbound 53 slow from the Adams Tollway to Northwest Highway. Crash in the right lane. Eden's 24 minutes, Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound 23. The Kennedy is 40 minutes, O'Hare to downtown, outbound 30. The Eisenhower, 49 minutes, Thorndale to the post office, outbound 33. Stevenson now 54 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 43. Ryan, 35 minutes, 90-50 to downtown, outbound 18. Traffic service of Staples. Staples can take care of all your personal and business holiday shipping. In store with UPS 7 days a week with all the packing supplies you need at great prices. Plus, from now until December 24th, get 10% off UPS shipping services. See an associate for details. Staples, make more happen. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the AirComfort.com Weather Center, providing the right climate for business since 1935. Cloudy and 35 today. Cloudy and 24 overnight. 22 at O'Hare. Our next news update is at 8. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next with our friend Bruce Wolf in this morning on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Market Overdrive with Carla Mina, a power hour of real estate trends, secrets, and advice. Heard every Saturday afternoon at 1.
Oh, yeah. That music means only one thing. Ow, I just got shocked. That's Stephen Moore.
So, Amy, I'm Bruce Wolf.
It's in his us.
So,
oh, hi, Bruce.
Dan and I did this show on another frequency for a few years. Every single week we had Stephen Moore on. I didn't know that he was going to become like the economic czar of the United States of America. I would have given him some respect.
You always respect
Stephen Moore is Wall Street Journal columnist, chief economist for the Heritage Foundation, economic advisor to Donald Trump. I mean, he talks to Trump all the time. I think he writes his tweets for him. Am I right about that, Stephen?
Oklahoma game together.
Stephen, top of the morning.
Hi, good morning, guys. Great to be with you. Merry Christmas, by the way. I'm also coming to Chicago tomorrow. So tell me it's not going to be, please tell me it's not going to be 10 degrees below zero.
No, it's going to be a balmy 34 degrees.
No, it's going to be
all
great.
right, I can handle that. Well, anyway, these are exciting times. I think, you look at what's happened with the consumer confidence numbers. You look at the stock market, my goodness, I think in a couple hours we'll be above Dow 20,000, which is incredible. That means we'll have gained 10% on the Dow, 2,000 points since the election, which is an amazing accomplishment. It shows people are so bullish about this incoming administration with the tax cuts and the energy policy and the rollback of Obamacare and just about every other thing that Obama has done. I think we're looking at an extremely prosperous 2017.
All right, well, Stephen, all right, let me back up a little bit because I haven't had a chance to talk to you in a while.
Getting ahead of myself, huh?
Here we go. Yeah, all right. So you had the Carrier deal, which is an illustration of what Frederick Bastiat would have called concentrated benefits with dispersed costs. It's crony capitalism. And then you got trade deals and tariffs that might violate Ricardo's theory of comparative advantage. And you got tax cuts that are going to blow out the debt. But maybe they're going to help as well, especially if the corporate tax gets down to 15%. And deregulation is going to help. I think what we elected in Donald Trump was both a Republican and a Democrat, and I'm willing to settle for half a loaf. How about you?
Well, Bruce, I want to congratulate you. I think you're the first radio talk show host I've ever talked to in 25 years who invoked the name of Ricardo. Very good. I'm impressed.
Usually it's Ricky Ricardo. Okay.
Well done.
You've got a lot of explaining to do, Stephen.
All over the city of Chicago are Googling Ricardo, saying, who the hell is that? But anyway, you're right to be concerned about those things. I mean, I don't. By the way, I thought the Carrier deal was fine. He was sending a message to voters that he's got their back, that he really does care about, saving factory jobs in places like Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania. And I've said all along that Donald Trump, will be judged in large part, in terms of the success or failure of his presidency by how well he does in terms of restoring these areas of the country that have been so economically depressed and never saw recovery. And it's the areas that Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton completely ignored. Mm-hmm. But look, I think he was just saying, I'm gonna be your voice in Washington. I'm gonna make sure that we bring factories and jobs back to these places. And by the way, I think that can happen. I mean, some people say, oh, manufacturing and factory jobs and so on. I'm never going to come back to the United States. I don't believe that. I think we can do it. I think we can do it very efficiently, effectively. And I would make the case to you that we have to steer away from tariffs. Okay, we don't want tariffs. What we do want is we want a good trade and regulatory policy that will encourage, use the carrot of good tax and regulatory policy, not the stick of, the Billy Club of government to try to intimidate companies. If we do that, I think that Trump will be successful.
Well, a lot of manufacturing jobs went the way of robots, so people were replaced with machines. So you'd promise, or Donald Trump had mentioned that 25 million jobs would be created when he becomes president. Mm-hmm. Where are we starting with that? Where are we going with that number?
It's so interesting you mentioned about that. I mean, I remember when I was like 10, 11 years old, back in around 1971. My parents, because as you know, Amy, I grew up in Chicago. We drove to Detroit, and we went to some of the, the Ford factories and I don't know what's the Kellogg factory and so on. Where they're making,
I love those stamping plants.
Yeah, and I remember at the time thinking, oh my God, the conditions were pretty bad in those plants. I mean, they were hot and grimy, and people were doing, heavy lifting, and those were tough jobs. Those were tough factory jobs. I had nothing but admiration for those workers. But you go. I just was visited Ford a couple of weeks ago for a story I was working on, and I couldn't believe the difference between what a factory looked like, 25, 30 years ago versus today. You're right. Really? There's a lot fewer workers doing a lot more output now, and most of the people are, instead of having blue collar shirts on, they were at white laboratories coats, and they were doing diagnostics on all the equipment. But those are high-paying jobs, you know that? I mean, those people are making $40, $50 an hour to do that kind of work. And I think we can bring back the coal industry in this country. I think we can bring back light manufacturing. I think we can bring back steel. The Youngstown, Ohio, places like that. The steel mills have been closed. in part because, Obama wouldn't build the Keystone Pipeline. Because guess what? Those pipelines are made out of steel. They should be made out of American steel. And by the way, we are going to build the Keystone Pipeline.
Yeah.
Right away.
Stephen, I wanted you to take off your economist hat and put on your sociologist one, because I know you can do it. You minored in that. Did you
I did. At the University of Illinois.
There you go. So even if you make the jobs available to the working class, much of the working class won't be able to take advantage of it. Immigrants, and we malign them, quite a bit, but a lot of them, a substantial number of them, work pretty hard. Whereas the white working class right now, I don't want to stereotype too much, but you got the opioids, you got welfare dependency, bad work ethic. I think we're in a situation where we could have the shovel-ready jobs, but when we have shoveler-ready jobs, seriously,
Shovel-ready workers,
yeah, exactly.
Well, First of all, you're exactly right on the value of hardworking immigrants in this country. I mean, they are fantastic. Immigrants, most of them, not all of them, but most of them are incredibly hardworking and incredibly industrious and ambitious and want to make a better life for themselves. And that's the kind of people we want in this country. We don't want people to come in illegally. I don't think Donald Trump is anti-immigrant. He's just anti-illegal immigrant. If you got to play by the rules. You've got to follow the laws. And you're right. We're going to need, if we're going to create 25 million workers, we're going to need, 25 million jobs. We're going to need workers to come into this country to do some of that work. And you combine the combination of great American workers with some of the best and brightest from the rest of the world. It's what makes America a great place, and it's why we're going to beat the pants off China and Russia and all these other countries that we compete with.
All right, Stephen, saw a special report last night. They're using you because you're ubiquitous. I mean, you're all over the place right now, and and you should be. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're the
making
big
it sound
big
as it's
economic advisor to Donald Trump.
Negative.
Look, no, it's great, but and you were hoping that we'd have the business tax cut possibly first to help small businesses. We got like 26.5 million small businesses. Will create maybe 900,000 new jobs, but then you're talking about $2 trillion in debt over a decade, and the old phrase "rob Peter to pay Paul." This sounds like robbing Peter's children to pay for Peter. Okay.
Okay, first of all, cheer up a little bit.
All right. Merry Christmas.
Good times are coming. But I will say this. I think we are going to get this tax cut done, and we're going to create a hell of a lot of jobs. And, so when you create jobs in the United States, guess what? Now you have people who are paying taxes. Now you've got businesses that are making money and paying taxes. You take people off of welfare. So I've always said the best way to reduce the budget deficit, get people in jobs, get people paying taxes, not taxes, not collecting government benefits. We learned under Reagan how fast the economy can grow when you get it right. Under Reagan we had quarters 5, 6, 7, 8% growth. I think we can do that again. I really do. I think we can see a big burst of prosperity, put people back to jobs. That's going to reduce debt. It's going to be a great year in 2017. If Trump does what he says he's going to do, and our job as conservatives is to keep his feet to the fire, so he doesn't flinch. He goes forward. The big question is whether Democrats in Congress are going to be at all cooperative. Nancy Pelosi. Can you believe that? Nancy Pelosi was reappointed as the Democrat minority leader. I mean, can you imagine any worse face for the Democratic Party than Nancy Pelosi?
Keith Ellison? I don't know.
Yeah.
For Republicans,
she killed her challenger.
It just keeps giving.
All right. Well, Stephen Moore, thank you so much for always making us taking time to.
Hey, guys, I hope you have a Merry Christmas. Keep it warm when I get there. And I've really enjoyed being on with you guys the last year. And hopefully, I told them, whatever job I take in the administration, if I take one, I got to do the Dan and Amy show.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
And you know what, Stephen Moore, one thing you and I have in common, besides our devastatingly good looks, you got a work permit.
Stop right there.
No, you got a work permit when you were 15 to.
Yep.
So did I, and I got a work permit. I'll never forget because I got a work permit I worked at Diamond Dave's in Randhurst Mall.
And that's
so
why
that
we're
I
both
could,
successful. We
right.
started working early, young.
But I did it to buy Christmas gifts.
Get a job.
Yep, I did it to buy Christmas gifts for my family, and then I gave my 2 weeks notice.
Mr. and Mrs. Horatio Alger. I just
Why
love
did you get
people.
a work permit, Stephen Moore? What was the motivation behind yours?
I wanted money. And I didn't want to depend on my parents. I wanted money so I could spend. There's nothing wrong with getting rich in this country. That's the American dream, is making a better life for yourself. And you can't do that if you don't work and invest. If you're young, work and then take the money you earn and put it in the stock market, and in 50 years you'll be a millionaire.
All right, thanks
now
so
you
much.
tell me.
Yeah, sorry, too late for you, Bruce.
Not complicated. All right, guys.
All right,
Have
thanks,
a great
Stephen
Christmas.
Moore.
You too.
And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
Listen to Dan and Amy on your smartphone. Download the AM 560 mobile app today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
Coming up next, Richard Marks. He's still dreamy, and now he's a hero. We'll explain, but first, here's your forecast.
I started working at that age, but I didn't do the second part and invest all the money in the stock market like Stephen Moore told me. And I can't go back right now. Today, it's mostly cloudy, a high of 35. Tonight, mainly cloudy, low of 24. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 34. Low tomorrow night, 23. Friday, increasing cloudiness, high of 32. Low Friday night, 25. Now for a check of traffic, here's Jen Telemonte.
Thanks, Bruce. Good morning. Morning, Amy. I-80 eastbound still stop and go. Larkin and before Briggs with a crash. It's been there on the right shoulder for quite a while. Westbound slow from 30 to Briggs. Eden's inbound heavy Niles Center to Pratt after a crash. 24 minutes. Lake Cook to Montrose outbound 22. Kennedy is 39 minutes. O'Hare to downtown, a little quicker in the express. Outbound 29. Eisenhower, 53 minutes. Thorndale to the post office, 37 from Manheim. Outbound 38 to Thorndale. Stevenson, 54 minutes. 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Outbound 43. Bryant, 34 minutes. 95th to downtown. Northbound Tri-State, bottled up 115th to 31st. And from the Reagan Tollway to North Avenue. Adams Tollway from Arlington Heights Road to the Des Plaines Oasis. The Veterans Memorial from 127th up to Maple. The crash now on the right shoulder. I'm Jim Talamonte in the AM 560 Traffic Center.
Hey, Tony and Tina's Wedding is back in Chicago and better than ever. Audience members don't just watch the show, they participate as guests of the bride and groom. No two performances are the same. For more information, visit TonyLovesTina.com. But right now, be caller number 10. Caller number 10 to 312-642-5600 will win a pair of tickets to Tony and Tina's Wedding at Chicago Theater Works.
Hey, Dan Proft here. Gentlemen, this time of year can be exhausting and stressful, but if you feel a lack of energy or motivation, no matter what time of year, it's time to get your testosterone levels checked. Stress is associated with low testosterone and can worsen symptoms like fatigue, trouble sleeping, and can affect your mood. I personally recommend going to Low T Center. They make it easy. You walk in, you take a simple blood test, and with the convenience of their on-site lab, you'll know your results in about 20 minutes. So if you're drinking coffee or energy drinks just to get you through the day, or if you always feel like you need a nap after lunch, you may have low T. Low T levels can make you feel tired and grumpy, raise your cholesterol, and cause weight gain. Low T Center accepts most health insurance and has flexible hours, including Saturdays. So don't hesitate to find out what your number is. I'm sure glad I did. Call my friends at Low T Center today and tell them Dan Proft sent you. The number is 630-409-4305. Call 630-409-4305. Again, the number 630-409-4305, or go to lowtcenter.com.
Here's microbiologist Dr. Kim O'Neill talking about balance of nature.
Scientific research has shown that many cancers and lifestyle diseases can be prevented with a diet rich in fruits and vegetables. This prevention comes from the phytochemicals in the plants. They fight against oxidants that damage the cell's DNA, causing mutations that lead to disease. I don't take any supplementation, but I take Balance of Nature because I know, I've seen it in my lab, and I know that it works. I've seen the immune response increase, I've seen your DNA repair capacity increase, and I've seen DNA protection. And that, to me, as a scientist, rings so true, and it's only natural.
Call now to find out how to get your free month's supply of Balance of Nature. Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com. Use promo code CHICAGO.
This is Dan Proft with 60 Seconds of Sanity. Forecasting the future is tricky business, as even the sabermetric Poindexters found out on November 8th, so I'll stick to wish casting for 2017. Since the left doesn't trust a Trump-led government and conservatives don't trust government, period, I wish for the bipartisan agreement Pauls are always clamoring on about to drastically reduce the size, scope, and expense of the federal Leviathan. I wish the governor of one of the adjacent Great Lakes states would colonize Illinois. I wish we would remember that smart is not a synonym for civilized. I wish the affluent would preach what they practice in the areas of family, education, work ethic, and personal responsibility. I wish Pope Francis would take his cues from the Word of God more so than the word of Leonardo DiCaprio. I wish more people would read Thomas Sowell and fewer would watch The View, The Chew, and the blathering Beltway magpies who have no clue. I wish those who claim to do everything in the name of the children actually did. I wish self-styled fiscal conservatives would learn that every issue is a moral issue and every law reflects someone's values. I wish for a return to the pre-post-truth era, and I wish you and yours a happy, healthy, and prosperous 2017.
AM 560, The Answer.
Richard Marx, still dreamy, and now he's being hailed as a hero. He and his wife, Daisy Fuentes, were flying from Vietnam to Seoul, Korea.
After entertaining our troops in Vietnam?
No, they were on
With Joey Heatherton?
No, they were on their wedding anniversary.
Oh.
It was a wedding anniversary
Go to
trip.
Vietnam on your wedding anniversary.
Yes.
Not fighting the Victor
all right.
Charlie in the
So
Mekong
there's
Delta.
A
Okay,
psychotic passenger on the plane, and for 4 hours, I guess he made everyone's life hell. Richard Marx put on Facebook, "My wife and I are safe, but one crew member, 2 passengers injured. The all-female crew was clueless, not trained as to how to restrain this psycho. They even had a taser, and the flight attendant didn't know how to use it.
Richard Marx had to save the day.
He did. So you see him in these still pictures. He's got rope around his hands. He's ready to bring it on this guy. And there's pictures, too, of the guy yanking flight attendants by their hair. I mean, he went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Korean Air, he went on to say, should be sanctioned for not knowing how to handle a situation like this without passenger interference.
I mean, Kim Jong-il himself couldn't lay claim to such
So
a
I think
feat
he
as
is a
Richard
hero.
Marx pulled
And
off.
then he tweeted last night, "Daisy and I are home safe and sound. No big hero move at all. Just did what I would hope anyone would do in the same situation."
You don't think of Richard Marx as being a
But you guys see
strong
the
man.
picture of him. Oh, no, he's strong. He's beautiful. You know, I don't know if you know this, but I sang with him, and you can see it on
Really?
YouTube.
When? When did you do this?
WLS Newsapalooza.
Take me home. Stand back, stand back. In the middle of my room, I did not hear
At the Vic Theater, remember this?
It's all right.
That's you?
Yeah, Richard Marx.
Oh, you're really good.
That's the only reason why we do this. See, the thing is, though, we only
The
practiced
heck with
one
Richard
time.
Marx saving the day. I can't believe
only
that you
one
did
time
this.
that we sang the song.
My, are you multi-talented?
Yeah. But anyway, that's Korean Air. I think Richard Marx gave them a little bit of a tongue lashing with the all-female crew not being trained properly.
Well, why should they
have
have
such
to be-
beautiful commercials too, where everything looks like it's
Wait a minute.
heavenly in the sky?
A stewardess
It's called a flight attendant.
should be
What
able to
year
just
is
say,
this, Bruce?
coffee, tea, or me, not have to, put a figure 4 foundation lock on a passenger.
And now, a moment of objectivism with Yaron Brook and the Ayn Rand Institute.
Why are so many people chronically unhappy? Here's one answer from a character in an Ayn Rand novel. Look at everyone around us. You've wondered why they suffer, why they seek happiness and never find it. If any man stopped and asked himself whether he's ever held a truly personal desire, he'd find the answer. Millions of readers love Rand's novels because her heroes have the courage and integrity to stick by their personal desires, never casting them aside, never compromising them. In her novel, We the Living, The Fountainhead, and Atlas Shrugged, the hero's failures and successes attest to the truth of what Rand often told her friends. Don't give up what you want in life. The struggle is worth it. From the Ayn Rand Institute, I'm Yaron Brook.
This has been a moment of objectivism from the Ayn Rand Institute. To learn more, listen to the Yaron Brook Show, Saturdays at 4 on AM 560, and visit ariradio.com.
If you enjoy Yaron Brook's Moments of Objectivism, consider making a gift to support content like this from the Ayn Rand Institute. ARI fosters a growing awareness, understanding, and acceptance of Ayn Rand's philosophy of objectivism to create a culture guided by the principles of reason, rational self-interest, individualism, and laissez-faire capitalism. To support this work, go to ariradio.com and click on the Donate button. Your tax-deductible gift will help to spread the message of Ayn Rand to the next generation.
And we want to thank Judy from Lamont. She called in and won the tickets to Tony and Tina's wedding. And it's time for a little R&R, courtesy of ChicagoRadioDeals.com. 2 words, Door County. Take a few days off and escape to Wisconsin. Head on up to the White Lace Inn, a gorgeous bed and breakfast. In Sturgeon Bay, the White Lace Inn features 18 inviting guest rooms and suites in 4 elegant turn-of-the-century neighboring homes. Enjoy the gardens, gazebos, and the glory that is Door County. This is a $300 gift certificate for only $150. It can be applied to overnight stays or items in their store for another fabulous getaway adventure. Purchase an overnight stay package for the Schuster Mansion Bed and Breakfast in Milwaukee. Spend the night in Molly's Room, their 2-room luxury suite with a private bath and premier concierge service. Includes breakfast in the Victorian dining room and fresh chocolate chip cookies. Yours for only $85 per couple, valued at $169 a night. Check out all the deals on ChicagoRadioDeals.com and get out of town.
A business is special when customers say, I really like this place, or this is awesome. I should have come here sooner. That's exactly what customers say about Five Star Firearms, manufacturer of the world's finest speed loaders and Chicagoland's premier shooting destination. You're always greeted with a smile, from new shooter to experienced. Five Star's brand new range and firearms store are staffed by knowledgeable men and women who love what they do. Get your holiday gifts, gift certificates, and stay to enjoy an hour on Five Star's range. Be sure to ask about a membership. They start at only $300 and include discounts and benefits. Need a fun outing? Ask about corporate or group events. No experience is required. Five Star Firearms in Zion, Illinois. Mention AM 560 and receive a special gift. Visit 5starfirearms.com for info or call 847-731-7898. That's the digit 5, starfirearms.com or 847-731-7898. 5 Star Firearms.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Cloudy skies, your full forecast after Fox. WIND Chicago News Time is 8 o'clock.
Fox News Radio. I'm Dave Anthony. It's House Bill 2 in North Carolina, but it's called the Bathroom Law. And this morning, state lawmakers will go into special session to maybe get rid of it. Fox's Evan Brown has more live.
Dave, when Charlotte City Council first passed their ordinance saying public restrooms must be open to use by gender identity, the state passed a law saying no, they don't. It caused a storm of controversy, including prompting entertainment acts and business expansion plans in North Carolina to be canceled. And now outgoing Republican governor had said he and legislators would repeal the law if Charlotte rescinded its ordinance, but also says the whole thing was a political ploy. Charlotte City Council voted down the ordinance in a surprise session on Monday, Dave.
Eben, they found an ID under the seat of that truck that plowed through a crowded Christmas market in Berlin, killing 12, injuring dozens. So now the search is on for a Tunisian man as the terrorist driver remains on the loose.
German investigators are following more than 500 leads. ISIS claimed responsibility, but German investigators are saying that simply they don't know whether or not that claim is valid or simply opportunistic, and whether or not that, quote, soldier acted alone or was part of a wider cell with support.
Fox's Amy Kellogg. Indonesian police killed 3 would-be suicide bombers in a raid today, saying they were plotting an attack either on Christmas or New Year's Day. More than 70 people are recovering near Mexico City. Some have burns all over their bodies the day after a fireworks market caught fire, setting off a chain reaction.
We heard several very strong explosions, and then the smoke came up. So we came to see if we could be of help.
29 people died, and Mexican authorities are vowing to find whoever's responsible for sparking that fire. A different chain reaction in New York City. An escalator at a mall malfunctioned last night in Brooklyn, causing one person to fall, and then others went down. 7 people were injured, 2 seriously. Fox News Radio, fair and balanced.
Cloudy skies, 23 degrees. It's 8:02 on AM 560. The Answer. Good morning. I'm Mike Scott. Authorities have released the name of a man found dead inside a car that was submerged in an icy suburban Chicago pond. Cook County Medical Examiner's Office identifies that man as 27-year-old Christopher Stone of Chicago Heights. A cause of death is still pending. Chicago Transit Authority workers are planning to hold a day of action across the city today, demanding a fair contract. A protest will be held this morning outside the Jackson Lewis law firm. Rallies will also take place outside CTA headquarters. A 16-year-old girl is in good condition after she was beaten and then sexually assaulted at gunpoint on Chicago's west side. Police say the teen went to a house in the 1000 block of North Laurel Avenue. An acquaintance then punched her and pointed a gun. Another suspect sexually assaulted the girl. The victim was able to escape the following morning. Call for help. More than 4.5 million people are expected to travel through Chicago's 2 international airports during the holiday travel period. Passenger volume at O'Hare and Midway expected to be higher than last year. The department anticipates more than 3.4 million passengers will travel through O'Hare alone between Tuesday this week and January 6. Chicago sports. Ottawa beat the Blackhawks. College hoops. Northern Illinois, Toledo, Northwestern, all winners. NBA tonight, the Bulls will take on the Wizards. And the news is a service of Lead Safe America. More than 1 in 3 American kids has lead in their blood. No level of lead is safe. Lead poisoning causes learning disabilities and behavioral disorders. Has your child been tested? Learn more at leadsafeamerica.org. 8:03, time for the AM 560 Business Beat. From the Fox Business Network and a service of Turnkey.pro, here's Jenny Casola.
From the Fox Business Network, mortgage rates rose last week, but total mortgage applications increased 2.5%. The Mortgage Bankers Association says the average for a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage was 4.41% last week, up from the week before, and points also increased slightly. FedEx had to step up its operations to handle all the online orders this holiday season. The extra facilities and staff cut into FedEx profits in the recent quarter. Now the Wall Street Journal says FedEx executives are pressing some customers to pay more. Panera Bread is adopting new standards for its broiler chickens. By the year 2024, Panera wants to buy only chickens that have been raised with more space and in an improved environment. The Dow still hasn't reached 20,000, up 91 yesterday to 19,974. NASDAQ gained 28, S&P was up 8. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Ginny Cosola.
8:05 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Christmas is less than a month away, and this year, give the gift of sunshine. Grab your passport to paradise and join Dan Proft, Amy Jacobson, and Joe Walsh at Secrets Cap Cana Resort and Spa in beautiful Punta Cana. It's an unlimited luxury adults-only resort with all the amenities you can imagine. Give this trip as a gift to a loved one or treat yourself this holiday season. Visit 560theanswer.com and search for the keyword passport.
Every year, guys open their holiday presents and you hear, "No, really, I love it." That's because finding the perfect gift for guys is hard, really hard. Thankfully, this year, there's Harry's. Guys everywhere have been flocking to Harry's.com to change the way they shave. This holiday season, impress the guys on your list with a Harry's Holiday Shave Set. All of their holiday shave sets include the finely crafted razors they've become known for, guaranteed to give him the close, comfortable shave he deserves. On top of that, the shave sets also include Harry's highly rated shaving cream, extra blades, and more. Harry's is the gift he'll actually use. And Harry's owns their own factory, so they're able to make high-quality shaving supplies incredibly affordable. You can get Harry's holiday shave sets for every guy on your list this year. You can even add engraved initials to make it more personal. So head over to Harry's.com to get him the gift he'll truly love. Use the code 8811 when you check out, and you'll even get $5 off your first purchase. That's Harry's.com, code 8811.
8:06. Let's get a check of the roads in our AM 560 traffic center. Here is Jim Telemonte.
Thanks, Mike. The inbound Edens is heavy from Niles Center to Pratt after an earlier collision. It's 24 minutes. Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound 22. Kennedy running 42 minutes. O'Hare to downtown, 32 from Montrose, 28 in the Express. Outbound 32 to O'Hare. Eisenhower's 53 minutes. Thorndale to the post office, 37 from Manheim. Outbound 38 to Thorndale. Stevenson, 58 minutes, 3:55 to Lakeshore Drive. Outbound 36. Southbound 55 is a mess from past Arsenal Blodgett thanks to road work. Ryan, 34 minutes, 95th to downtown. Southbound Lakeshore Drive, bottled up Bryn Mawr to North Avenue, and 18th for the Stevenson. Northbound from the Stevenson to Jackson. Northbound Tri-State, stop and go from Cicero Avenue most of the way up to 31st Street. Eastbound Adams Tollway, stop and go. Arlington Heights Road to the Des Plaines Oasis. Veterans Memorial slow. Archer to the Reagan Tollway. Northbound 53 slow. The Adams Tollway to Kirchhoff, crash down the left shoulder. Traffic answers when you need them most. Jim Talamonte, AM 560. The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the AirComfort.com Weather Center. Providing the right climate for business since 1935. Here's our meteorologist and pretty good guitar player, Brian May.
Not as cold today, high 34. Tonight, cloudy and not as cold, low 25. Sunshine tomorrow, high 34. Increasing cloudiness Friday, high Friday 33. I'm Brian May on AM 560. The Answer.
23 at O'Hare, 26 along the lakefront. Your next news update is at 8:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next with Bruce Wolf sitting in this week on AM 560. The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by The Steve Beeman Show with co-host Carol Parisi, empowering you Sunday evenings at 8 right here on AM 560.
Good morning. Welcome to your Wednesday morning briefing. Here's what you need to know to start your day.
We told them what suspicious activity we were looking for, and they should alert us so that we can come out and investigate anyone looking to rent a vehicle that wasn't quite right.
You know, to frame this attack as a clash of civilizations, Christians against Muslims, it helps ISIS recruit. It helps inflame the situation.
Look, guys, we know nobody's perfect.
But honestly, you could do a little better in 2017.
Please, because 2016 is bad. 2017 can't be worse than this, all right? Because this is bad.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Good Wednesday morning. Thanks so much for making us part of your morning. I'm Amy Jacobson, in for Dan Proft, and sitting in for me is one very handsome and knowledgeable Bruce Wolf.
Hi.
Hi. Well, a lot has happened this week while you've been filling in. We had the assassination of the Russian ambassador in Turkey and the truck attack in Berlin. Now the attacker is still on the loose, but they found some papers inside the cab of the car that now they are looking for a 20-something Tunisian national.
Why do you leave your ID papers when you're about to embark on a terrorist expedition?
Maybe he wanted to get caught. ISIS claimed responsibility for the attack yesterday afternoon, and with more on the attack and what's going on in this crazy world we live in, let's welcome back to the program Lieutenant Colonel Jeff Addickett, Director of the Center for Terrorism Law and former Army officer in the Judge Advocate General's Corps. Wow, that's quite a long title. Good morning, Jeff. Lieutenant Colonel, how are you?
Good morning. Doing great.
So what do you know? I mean, obviously, German intelligence had received word that an attack like this would have been taking place in December. They got word in November that something like this would happen during Christmas time, that it would be somebody using a vehicle as a weapon would target a soft spot such as a Christmas market.
Well, they get this type of intelligence all the time. I mean, policy has consequences, and the Germans opened up their gates, allowed 1 million people to come in with basically no ID checks on who these folks are. There's no way you can check them. And the real story is that the German government has tried to suppress the amount of violence that's occurred in Germany associated with many of these refugees, including rape, sexual assault, knife stabbings, and other smaller attacks. This one they can't cover up. This individual probably left his credentials in there because there was a horrible struggle in the cab with the Polish driver before he stabbed and shot him to death. And it could have been much worse, of course, but thankfully only 12 people are dead, and we have about another 12 that are seriously injured in the hospital. But this is a consequence of the policy. We're just going to open our doors and let anybody in with no vetting. What could go wrong? And I hope there's a price to pay with the chancellor who made this unilateral decision.
Well, Angela Merkel said that it would be hard to bear if the attacker turned out to be a refugee. So, a challenge to her own immigration policy, because this is the first mass casualty in Germany since she did allow those 1.1 million refugees into her country. Do you think they'll be switching their immigration policy anytime soon?
Well, I mean, I can't imagine they wouldn't. I mean, right now in Europe, of course, you have open borders where you can just drive vehicles across from one country to the other. And it's just a disorientation to reality. Somehow people feel that if we get rid of our military, wars will stop. If we stop law enforcement, crime will go down. If we allow people to come into our culture that have no frame of reference for Anglo-Saxon values. I mean, in France right now, they're seeing the consequences of this open-door policy. The French have been forced to raid literally hundreds of mosques that are preaching radical Islam. They've closed down many mosques. You see literally hundreds of thousands of Muslims that do not want to be French. They want Sharia law. They don't want to assimilate into the culture of the country that welcomes them. So to me, it's insanity that you would allow that to occur. Sharia law has no frame of reference for Anglo-Saxon values. It is, in a sense, a clash of cultures in many cases.
In Europe, they have these dish cities, the satellite dishes, so that, all these radicalized Muslims can know what each other is doing. We don't have that yet in the United States. But I mean, it's it sounds we get accused of xenophobia, but they're living it right now.
Yeah, I mean, again, there's no-go zones in France where French, Anglo-Saxon Europeans do not go into those areas, and that's not a way to have a country. Luckily, in this great country, people come here because they want to assimilate. They want to speak the English language. They want our value system. They embrace our Bill of Rights, and that's okay. But when you have people that come from Sharia law-based countries that have no frame of reference to those things, you've got to have extra careful screening because Sharia law is incompatible with freedom. That's just the bottom line. And that's the ruling of the European Court of Human Rights in the Rafi case, and that's not a right-wing court. If you look at Sharia law, if you're, if you make yourself aware of what it entails, it's quite shocking.
Well, it's interesting that you're talking about people coming over to the United States and because they want to assimilate. They might want to, but the second-generation Muslims might not, and that's what's also happening in Europe. You've got born and bred terrorists in France and in Germany and other places as well because they become radicalized. So this is not something that we're going to necessarily be immune to.
Well, that's true. I mean, we've seen individuals that are in the second generation that have decided intentionally that they do not want to be associated with that culture. They want to embrace radical Islam. And those are in the onesies and twosies, of course, in this country, but the numbers are very large in other countries, and basically they come out of a community that is not in the mainstream assimilating into the culture. And that's the case in France. That's the case what's occurring in Germany as well. So it's a dilemma. I think that, obviously when you see war-torn areas of people that have to flee their country to save their lives, I think President Trump has the right approach. You set up safe zones over there so that when things settle back down, they can return from where they came from. They can go back to their own culture.
Well, speaking of Donald Trump, he tweeted that, there's a class of civilizations between Christians and Muslims. Inflammatory rhetoric, was that irresponsible, or is that what's really happening?
I wouldn't say between Christians and Muslims. I think it's between Sharia law Muslims that have based Sharia law. There is a class of cultures. For example, if you go to Saudi Arabia, you're not picking me up at the airport because women cannot drive. Right. And you don't have to worry about what clothes you're going to wear because you wear the same thing every day. And if your husband assaults you, that's not a criminal offense. So that's a class of culture right there. And I would call that Sharia law-based Muslim societies and our society. I wouldn't include all Muslims, and I think if he had to say it over again, he would use the longer phrase to amplify and clarify.
Let the record show that I wear the same thing every day, but it's by choice. Okay, I'm lazy. But here's the thing, Lieutenant Colonel. Mark Stein points this out. A lot of people are saying, well, there's only 3% Muslims in some of these countries, and if you take a poll of the populace, they'll say, we think it's like 20 or 30%, and that's because the Muslims, the radical ones, punch above their weight, and they seem to have an influence. And it doesn't when you have the statistics, it doesn't really help when you're getting blown up in what you think is a safe place to go.
Yeah, and that's the same thing in our country. The vast majority of Muslims in this country, they don't adopt Sharia law. That's the cultural side. They have nothing to do with radical Islam or jihad. And I think most Americans can make that distinction. Somehow President Obama didn't think we were big boys and big girls and we can't distinguish between radical Islam and the Islam that most Muslims in this country practice. We can make that distinction. And so, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. But it's not my fault that radical jihadists are engaging in these activities, and I must put my head in the sand and say, well, it has nothing to do with Islam, because it does.
So we're learning this morning, let's move on to the Russian diplomat who was assassinated in Turkey. The Turkey prime minister is now claiming the U.S. should bear some of the blame for that assassination attempt because the shooter was a follower of the cleric Gulen, who lives in rural Pennsylvania, and was linked to that failed coup back in Turkey in July. Do you think there's any of this, or is this just crazy talk?
Yeah, I mean, they want this fellow. He's in the United States. They want him extradited back to Turkey. Turkey is becoming more and more, leaning more and more towards radical Islamic ideology. And there is a reformation in the Muslim world. Unfortunately, the reformation is not going towards more liberal reading of that religion. It's going towards a more conservative view, and that's including countries like Kuwait and on and on and on. And so, they're using that as an excuse. and they label anyone a terrorist, quote unquote, that doesn't fit with their government ideology. But in our country, we do the same thing. I noticed that most of the news media were emphasizing the fact that this guy was talking about Aleppo and the bleeding children, et cetera, et cetera. His main thrust was Allah Akbar, in Aleppo. He's talking about the ISIS and the jihadists, the fighters there. But somehow we spin that because we have this guilt complex that it's our fault somehow the civilians are being killed in Aleppo.
Always a pleasure, Lieutenant Colonel Jeff Adicott, to have you on the program. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
The stories you need to know to start your day. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560, The Answer.
Coming up next, brotherly surprise, a moment that brought a crowd to tears and inspired Americans. But first, here's your forecast.
Today, mostly cloudy, high of 35. Tonight, mainly cloudy, low of 24. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 34, low tomorrow night 23. Friday, increasing cloudiness, high of 32, low Friday night 25. Now for a check of traffic, here's Jim Telemonte.
Thank you, Bruce. The Edens has cleared up nicely. 19 minutes either way between Lake Cook and Montrose. Inbound Kennedy delays start at Irving Park. 47 minutes, O'Hare to downtown. 37 from Montrose. 31 on the Express. Outbound 32 to the airport. The Eisenhower, 53 minutes. Thorndale to the post office. 37 from Manheim. Outbound 38 to Thorndale. Stevenson, 58 minutes. 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Outbound 36. Ryan is 34 minutes. 90-50 to downtown. Northbound Tri-State. Heavy from past 115th, most of the way to 31st, from the Reagan Tollway to North Avenue. Adams Tollway stop and go, Arlington Heights Road to Toohey, where there's road work in the left lane. Reagan Tollway's clear. Veterans Royal northbound, still jammed. Archer to the Reagan Tollway. 53 northbound, a little heavy approaching Kirchhoff after a crash. Southbound it's good, and northwest Indiana's fine. I'm Jim Talamonte in the AM 560 Traffic Center.
The weather in Chicago is going to be terrible this year. Baby, it's cold outside. The cold, the snow, the gray skies. But did you know where it'll be warm and sunny for the next 5 months? Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic. That's where AM 560 The Answer is headed in 2017. Dan and Amy and the crew will be staying at the Secrets Cap Cana Resort and Spa.
All in one room. We're all going to share the same room.
And you got the top bunk.
Yes.
It's an unlimited luxury resort that just opened in November. It has 5 gourmet restaurants, 7 bars, serving unlimited premium drinks, and 24-hour room service. The resort has sparkling pools and access to pristine beaches. Join AM 560 The Answer in Punta Cana and have the vacation of a lifetime. Get more information and book your trip by visiting 560theanswer.com. Keyword passport. The price that Apple Vacations has secured for this trip is incredible and exclusive to AM 560 The Answer. Don't miss out. Visit 560theanswer.com. Keyword passport.
Can you read a tape measure and turn a screw? If so, you can install custom blinds. Hi, I'm Kyle Cox, owner of Blindster.com, and I'm so confident you can do it yourself, I guarantee your blinds will fit, even if you make a mistake in measuring. Backed by a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, our blinds are handcrafted, shipped free of charge, and delivered to your door in about 2 weeks, at prices starting at just $20.
Visit Blindster.com today and save 30% on any order. Just enter code RADIO at checkout. Blindster.com. BlindsTER.com. Blindster.com.
You're on the go, up against life's daily challenges. You're up for that challenge every day, but need to take care of yourself. It's easy to get caught up with your routine and forget how much your body needs to stay properly hydrated to maintain peak performance. From hardworking tradesmen and busy professionals to moms running errands with the kids, many know the advantage to keep up the pace. Introducing MySport. MySport is your key to staying hydrated. Engineered by a bioscience company that knows you want healthier choices, MySport has the best hydration elements. You'll ditch those artificial flavors and heavy syrups and add the benefits of electrolytes, B vitamins, antioxidants, and best of all, get rid of that cloudy excuse for a drink you've been calling refreshing. The clear, healthier choice for hydration your body needs is MySport. Now through December 31st, visit misportdrink.com today and save 25% on all flavors. That's misportdrink.com. For healthier lives, MySport delivers more than hydration. misportdrink.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
Did you see it? Did you see the soldier surprise after the Notre Dame Colgate basketball game Monday night?
I caught like a 3-second version of it.
So Matt Farrell, he's the point guard, junior. His attention was directed to the big screen above the arena. And lo and behold, there was his big brother.
Holiday greeting all the way from Afghanistan from Bo Farrell, the older brother of point guard Matt Farrell.
From 4th Squadron, 3rd Cavalry Regiment, here at OB Fenty in Jalalabad, Afghanistan. This is First Lieutenant Bill Farrell, wishing Notre Dame a very Merry Christmas. Congrats on the win, and go Irish. Mom and Dad, I love you, and I miss you very much. Maddie, I've been watching you tonight from here, and I can hear Jack Nolan call your name. And just remember when we used to play around when we were kids, and everybody called you Squirrel. You've always followed your hopes and always followed your dreams. And I just want you to know how proud I am of you. I love you, and I miss you very much. For us, home is wherever we're together, and I look forward to being home with you soon. Really, really soon.
So then guess what happened? He was in the locker room, and they put an American flag behind him to make it look as if he was in a base in Afghanistan, because he's not supposed to return home until February. So then he walked through the arena's tunnel, stepped out onto the court. Matt was crying. Everybody's crying. I mean, when you watch it, Bruce, you'll cry too. And Matt ran towards him, and the brothers locked in an emotional, heartwarming embrace. I feel like I'm going to cry now. And it was this morning they're together in New Jersey, because that's where they live. They're spending some time together. And Beau Farrell, the first lieutenant, he had to keep this a secret from his mom and dad and everyone.
That week was the longest week of my life. I had to keep not only everything away from him, but I had to keep everything away from my family.
Yeah, and so guess whose idea this was? Who came up with this?
Newt Rockne.
Who?
Father Hesburgh. Touchdown Jesus. It's Notre Dame, right? I don't know whose idea was it.
Not into Catholicism, are you? No, it was the grandmother.
Oh.
It was their grandma. She's the one who plotted this whole thing out. So it's a good publicity for, the Army to encourage people to enlist and to serve our country. And it's good for Notre Dame. But it's also good for the Farrell brothers.
My teammates know about this guy. I mean, he's all I talk about. Everybody's so excited to see him. So we're going to have a great Christmas.
Yeah, and they're together. He got some time off from practicing basketball, and now he's in New Jersey
By the
this
way,
morning.
This happened right after Notre Dame beat Colgate on Monday night.
I know.
The Colgate Palmolives, I believe they're called.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah, the Colgate Palmolives.
Do you ever get teared up at things like this, Bruce? Do you have tear ducts? Because Dan Profs had his removed.
Well, when we worked together, we both had them removed because we were all about the hate. So I just, but I remember what it's like to cry. And this is a very touching moment. Yeah. I have a nephew who served 2 tours of duty in Afghanistan.
And weren't you nervous?
Yes. When he got married, he was about to go off to Afghanistan, and I said, just don't be a hero. Because that's what I said. Don't be a hero. Stay behind the lines.
Then he wouldn't be a true American.
He was at 2 tours of duty, and me, I never went to Vietnam or anything, so I feel guilty about it.
How'd you get out of Vietnam?
We had the draft lottery back then, and I remember I was at the Northwestern Medill School of Journalism in the basement watching the teletype machine print out my fate. All the birthdays were coming up, and up comes my birthday, September 11th, okay? And the number is with the stroke of the keys on the teletype go 3, 3, and I think I'm going to be number 33. There was a delay in the third stroke, 4. 334, there was no chance I was going to Vietnam. It turned out nobody in my year went, or even the year before, but, it was pretty scary back then, and so I applause to anybody who ever serves this country.
You've made the switch, and it feels so good. You've switched to Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
It's your last chance for the best deals of the season during the final days of the Ford year-end event. Just announce, get $1,500 cash, which includes $500 final days cash, plus $1,000 Ford Smart Bonus cash on select models. Or check out special year-end lease deals across the entire lineup of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs, including Ford Fusion, Explorer, and the Built Ford Tough F-150. These are the best deals of the season for a new Ford, America's best-selling brand. Hurry, it's the final days of the Ford year-end event. Your last chance to get $1,500 cash, which includes $500 final days cash, plus $1,000 Ford Smart Bonus cash on select models. Ends January 3rd. Supply of vehicles with Ford Smart Bonus is limited. Not available on Focus RS, Shelby GT 350, Ford GT, F-150 Raptor, F-650, or 750. See dealer or go to buyfordnow.com to find specially tagged vehicles and for qualifications and complete details. For all offers, taking retail delivery from dealer stock by 1/3/2017. Sales claim based on 2015 calendar year sales.
The website upstream-ideas.com, premium content that complements and extends what we do here on this show, long-form interviews with opinion leaders and policymakers like Colonel Alan West and now Deputy NSA, KT McFarland, and many more locals as well, like John Cass, Steve Rauschenberger. And in addition to that, we've got man on the street interviews, see if people can follow the logic and highlight it when they don't. Commentary, podcasts of our Illinois Rising program. That's Sunday afternoons, 1-hour program that focuses on Illinois state politics and policy. It's all at upstream-ideas.com.
I own a fast food restaurant that was broken into early this morning. They tore the alarm panel right off the wall, and alarm detection systems came in the same day to replace it.
Same-day service is available to all of our customers. Never worry about your security system. Get to know Alarm Detection Systems. ADS is an authorized Honeywell equipment dealer. Visit adsalarm.com or call 630-844-6300. Alarm license number 127000143.
I'm living alone for the first time in 40 years, and I'm worried something might happen to me.
Live independently with a medical alert device from Alarm Detection Systems. Setup is easy, and 24/7 emergency assistance monitoring is included. Alarm Detection Systems is an authorized Honeywell equipment dealer. Visit adsalarm.com or call 630-844-6300. Alarm license number 127000143.
AM 560, The Answer.
All right, we're keeping on rolling on. Tomorrow at about this time, you're not going to want to miss a very special Christmas celebration. Bruce and I have been working all week on a song, a Christmas song. What did we sing last year, Bruce? Hey, Bruce, what song did we sing last year?
Oh, I'm sorry. Last year we sang Silver Bells.
Oh, yeah, that's right. This year, we're going to blow it out of the water. You're not going to want to miss that. But coming up next, Wolf Jacobson will explain. And later, why Salvation Army kettle donations are up. But first, let's go into the newsroom. Here's Mike Scott.
I don't know. Gary Rickrath can do it much better than you, Bruce.
Yeah, I think.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Not a bad guitarist. 24 degrees outside. German police this morning, they say, are on the hunt for a man believed to be involved in that deadly attack on a Christmas market. An arrest was reportedly made overnight, but that person has since been let go. Police now tell us they're trying to track down a Tunisian man in his early to mid-20s, and reporters on the scene from Fox and Sky News both say they have leads in tracking down that Tunisian man. North Carolina lawmakers meeting this morning. They're trying to decide whether to repeal that state's controversial bathroom law. Governor Pat McCrory called the special session. House Bill 2 requires people to use the bathroom that matches their gender, not whichever one they identify with, while the city of Charlotte is also getting ready to throw out their bathroom law. Investigators are carefully sifting through the charred remains of a Mexican fireworks market where at least 29 died in a series of explosions yesterday. More than 50 are missing. President Obama is banning offshore oil and gas drilling in large parts of the Arctic and Atlantic Oceans. A sweeping executive order involves U.S.-controlled waters in the two oceans. Environmentalists have been pushing for the action. The executive action is reversible. No injuries reported Tuesday night after at least one car collided with an outbound Metra train near Chicago's Bucktown neighborhood. A 16-year-old girl is in good condition after she was beaten and sexually assaulted at gunpoint on Chicago's west side. A couple's 4 children are expected to recover following a house fire in northwest suburban Elgin yesterday. And cyclists and runners will soon be able to share Chicago's 18-mile lakefront path in a much safer manner. Sun-Times says the Park District has received a $12 million donation from billionaire Ken Griffin to finish a trail separation project. A portion of the path has already been outfitted with a clear north-south divider. That project will be finished by 2018. Chicago sports. Ottawa beat the Blackhawks 4-3. College baskets, Northern Illinois, Northwestern, and UIC, all with college basketball wins. And tonight, Illinois and Missouri duke it out on the court in St. Louis in the annual bragging rights game. The news, a service of Lead Safe America. More than 1 in 3 American kids has lead in their blood. No level of lead is safe. Lead poisoning causes learning disabilities and behavioral disorders. Has your child been tested? Learn more at leadsafeamerica.org. 8:33 is our time. We'll have a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Mike Gallagher can't believe the Democrats are blaming Russia.
This is an absolute smokescreen by sore losers who don't like the fact that Hillary Clinton was defeated. If we were whining that Hillary won because of Russian interference, there'd be only one response in the halls of the New York Times and CNN.
The Mike Gallagher Show, weekdays at 9, right before Dennis Prager at 11 on AM 560. The Answer.
Centrum Silver, now verified non-GMO and gluten-free, with daily nutrients to support your heart, brain, eyes, and all the most important parts of you.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest-growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
Hi, I'm Mick O'Rourke, President and CEO of Signature Bank. We'd like to wish you happy holidays from our Signature Bank family to your family.
I'm Kevin Vestuga, co-founder of Signature Bank. There's no better place to be for the holidays than Chicago.
And this is Brian Duncan, co-founder of Signature Bank. Whether it's ice skating under the lights at Millennium Park,
or, my favorite, visiting Candy Cane Lane in Lincolnwood to see the Noonan House with the tree magically rising through the roof.
Or attending the annual tree lighting in downtown Downers Grove.
We wish you the very best this holiday season from Signature Bank, Chicago's business bank.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. Learn more about turning your business vision into reality. Visit signature-bank.com. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
$8:35. Let's get a check of the roads in our AM 560 traffic center. Here is Jim Telemonti.
Thanks, Mike. The inbound Eisenhower has heavy delays from before North Avenue to the Tri-State, then really heavy delays from Des Plaines Avenue to Western, where there's a crash in the two right lanes. It is an hour and 7 minutes Thorndale to downtown, 48 minutes from Manheim, outbound just 33 minutes to Thorndale. The Edens is clear. Kennedy inbound delays start at Irving Park, 47 minutes, O'Hare to downtown, a little quicker than the Express, outbound 30 minutes to the airport. Stevenson, 58 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 36. The Ryan is 29 minutes, 95th to downtown. Southbound Lakeshore Drive, slow Irving Park to North Avenue and 18th to the Stevenson. Northbound from the Stevenson to Jackson. On Tri-State, still stop and go 95th to 31st and Roosevelt to North Avenue. Adams Tollway delays, Arlington Heights Road to Toohey with road work in the left lane. Veterans Memorial, very heavy from I-55 to the Reagan Tollway. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. From the AirComfort.com Weather Center, providing the right climate for business since 1935. Cloudy and 35 degrees today. Cloudy and 24 overnight. 24 at O'Hare. Next news coming up at 9. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next, with Bruce Wolf sitting in this week for us on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by HealthQuest Radio with Dr. David Kolbaba. HealthQuest Radio is heard Saturday mornings at 11 o'clock here on AM 560, The Answer.
You got the only daddy that'll walk the line.
Nice. Thanks, David Stripling, our technical director, and always thanks to Keith Conrad, our executive producer, who's probably busy right now working on his side hustle. And what's his side hustle, Bruce?
He's got
his side hustle on.
I believe he does a podcast for Adam Carolla or something like that. One of those big name podcasts.
Yeah, so he's probably busy right now.
Yeah.
But thanks so much for making us part of our morning. And we have a very special guest. My dad's here.
Your dad.
People wonder why, because I want to call the show the Jacobson Wolf Jacobson Law Firm.
I love the sandwich.
We never lost a case, but we never tried one either. So Pops joins us on microphone number 3. Now, everybody thinks my dad is Walter Jacobson, and we're here
Looks just like him.
Tell people the truth that my dad is really Harvey Jacobson, not Walter Jacobson. But you, so we're, we talk often, and especially about politics, since you weren't a big Trump supporter at the beginning. So how did you warm up to Donald Trump?
Well, he just made sense. He's tried to speak to everybody, and he did everything despite what he got from the mainstream media.
And we've had his sister, Aunt Linda, we've had her on the show because she's a delegate from Las Vegas, a Trump delegate. And she was trying to tell me about Donald Trump, and I'm like, no.
Did you have to be persuaded by your family to go for Trump? Were you a never Trumper to begin with?
I've always been a never Trumper. And when I was in the polling booth, I was hemming and hawing and just going crazy.
Did you vote
Because
for
I didn't
Hillary?
want to.
Did you vote for Hillary?
No, I did. Oh, I definitely did not vote
did
for
she
Hillary.
vote for Hillary?
I did not vote for Hillary.
She
trust
voted
me.
for Bernie.
Yeah, no, I didn't vote for. Dad, come on, let's not
Send her
spell
to
any
her
lies.
room, Dad.
All right, so we have somebody in our family.
She's the only one that disinherited her family.
Yeah, right. So we have someone in the family. We're not going to name names, but was taking voice lessons and was told by her teacher that I'm ending this relationship because she voted for Donald Trump.
Correct.
What can you tell us anybody about the letter?
No, I didn't read the letter, but she was pretty distraught when she came home after, you've had the same teacher for 30 years, and then all of a sudden he pulls a stunt like that. But I figured, well, it's his problem, and these people that are having a fit over Donald Trump, if they want to live with angst the rest of their lives, that's their problem.
You would sever a relationship,
Oh,
a
yeah.
30-year relationship? I mean, what's the voice teacher?
Yeah, the voice instructor
A
found
vo-
out that
a
one of our
voice-
family members voted for Trump and severed the
I know, but
relationship and said, I don't want to see you again.
There's such an intimacy between a voice instructor and the
Mm-hmm.
student, because when you're taking voice, you're so vulnerable because you want to sing well. And over 30 years, and then you'd break it off over something as trivial as that.
Yeah.
How is she handling it?
She wasn't too happy when she came home, but she's better now.
Is she looking for another voice coach?
I don't know. She
'Cause
still
that's hard
practices
to-
every day, so that's fine.
Wow. Now, have you had any pushback? Did you have a Trump sign in your lawn? Because I remember, what campaign it was? My dad had an empty chair in his front lawn.
He's
and
Clint
a Joe
Eastwood.
Walsh sign.
He's
Yeah.
the Clint Eastwood of
'cause
the family.
No offense, but one of the neighbors contacted another family member to make sure you were okay. That we wouldn't be like, does your dad need to go into a home?
How much have you lowered property values in your neighborhood?
So they're all
So what-
bottomed
I
out.
mean-
There's foreclosures all over the
So
neighborhood.
what kind of so you saw Clint Eastwood deliver the speech at the Republican convention, and the next day you decided I'm going to take a chair out, or what happened?
Sure, just put it out there and see what happens.
No one tried to steal it or sit on it?
I just kept hoping that those kids had bad aim when they were throwing eggs.
Oh, my God. Well, now we know where Amy got her renegade jeans. Okay.
But I didn't
And by
do
the way,
that.
you look great in those renegade jeans
Oh,
today.
thank you,
Yeah.
Bruce. So you've always been a Republican, right?
Yeah.
Were Grandma and Grandpa Republicans?
Absolutely.
Grandpa John and Grandma Ruth were Republicans?
Absolutely.
Really? Why? Did they ever explain to you why?
No.
Really?
I guess maybe they just didn't want to be a Democrat.
Uh-huh.
Well, back in those days, in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, the city was always Democrat, and the collar counties were all Republican. And then pretty soon it changed.
Were you ever tempted to, take a walk on the Democratic wild side, like vote for Ed Hanrahan for state's attorney or something like that?
Oh, maybe when I was in college, when Kennedy was running. He seemed to attract a lot of attention, and people liked his manner and his family.
You were wowed by the charisma of Camelot? How shallow a man are you?
I haven't even been to Boston.
So, but one time you did pull a Democratic ballot during the primaries, and wasn't that for Paul Vallis? Because he was running against Blago?
Yeah. Sometimes I'll pull a Democrat ballot just to make sure, just to vote against the person that's running.
Didn't you have problems, though, voting for Trump because he violates a lot of conservative principles? He's a Democrat in a lot of ways.
Well, a lot of people got very upset by things that he said, but they have to realize that the word is said, not done. So you can talk whatever you talk whatever you want, but it's your actions.
Can I make a little request here?
Yes.
Because this is like my vacation this week. I get to work with Amy, and can Amy stay home tomorrow and can we do the show?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. We'll find something to bash.
Exactly.
But Dad, can you sing?
I
Because we
used
have
to
a
be
big
able to.
number. We're going to be singing a big number.
We're looking for a voice instructor, but
At-
not a particular one.
Or you're going to sing that Christmas carol, Rock Around the Clock.
Yeah, no, we're going to sing. Well, we can't say what we're going to sing, but we have been practicing all week.
We're very nervous about it.
Yeah.
You should be.
Yeah.
Thank you. Very scary. All right, now
Very
back
nice.
to
Is this the kind of
Blagojevich.
positive
Yes.
reinforcement that
Yes,
you gave
thank
Amy when she was growing
Yeah.
up?
Yeah, don't mess
just
that up.
kidding.
Now, Blagojevich We still have a few days left of Barack Obama in office. Do you think President Obama is going to pardon Rod Blagojevich?
I doubt it.
Well, why not? I mean, he's done the time. Rod Blagojevich has 2 daughters. Barack Obama has 2 daughters. I mean, they're similar situations. They're about the same age. And he's done his time, and no money was ever exchanged hands.
What do you think about that, Bruce?
Oh, I don't. I feel for Rod. A nice way to deflect it on me. What, you some kind of politician? Let me ask you a personal question here. I mean, when you think of Amy growing up, is there one anecdote that you think of when you think of little Amy? If she ever was little, I think she was born 5'11". But is there anything that you think of when you think of her?
Well, we were living in Oklahoma, and it was about 100 degrees out. And she walked out the front door, and she left it open. And I said in a very stern voice, "Close the door, Amy." And she said, "Okay, Dad," and she slammed it. And then that sent
That
quite a
sounds like
message.
Russell. That's what my son now.
See, now
He's
when
like,
Amy
shut the
and
door,
I-
he goes, "Okay, Mom," and he slams it. That's
We
so
should have
funny.
broken into Oklahoma where the wind comes sweeping down.
Oklahoma,
where the wind comes sweeping down the plains. Oklahoma.
Oh, go, go, go. Yeah, so we lived in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. I was actually born in Ohio, and then we moved to Bartlesville, Oklahoma.
Wait, were you like these Okies in the
And
Dust
then
Bowl from
we
Grapes
went
of Wrath?
to-
What
No,
happened?
well, you did. You were an engineer, and you took a lot of different jobs.
Yeah.
Was it hard to move out of Illinois?
No, that's the worst place I ever lived.
but yet you still live here.
Yeah, well, it's how it goes.
Yeah, because it's
Sometimes
home.
you just look back at your life and say, "What the hell happened?"
Really? How often do you do that every day? Or have you just resigned yourself?
That's what Bruce does every day.
Every single freaking day.
Every
Okay.
day. No, that's all right. But where was your favorite place that you lived? Because we also live in Galesburg, Peoria,
Probably
Coshocton,
Probably
Zanesville.
Bartlesville.
Bartlesville was
Yeah,
the best?
Yeah.
Why was it good?
Well, the climate.
Mhm.
It was a very small but sophisticated population. You had the headquarters of Phillips Petroleum in Bartlesville, so you had all the oil executives and people were. They didn't have any refineries there, but it was quite a nice town. Interesting buildings. They had a Price Tower that didn't have a square corner in it. That was designed by Frank Lloyd Wright.
Whoa. Well, you can go to Oak Park for that, too. What? Let me ask you this. Regrets, you have a few?
I have too many.
Okay, give us one or two of
Bruce.
them. We got time.
What regrets
No, I'm
do
not
you have,
going to
Bruce?
mention any.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not going to
Yeah,
mention
Bruce.
any.
What regrets do you have
Well, you're-
besides not buying stock when you were a kid?
Well, apparently you are discreet, so that's good. I tried to do the Howard Stern thing and get it out of you,
It
but I
didn't
couldn't.
work.
Okay.
All right, well, Dad, thanks so much for coming in.
Yeah, it was
Appreciate
fun.
it.
Hey,
and
give us the
have a
name and
Merry
address, or at least the Twitter handle of that voice instructor.
No.
So we can start.
Oh,
Just kidding about that.
Well, you can. I'm not.
No,
I'm out of
no,
it.
don't do that. But it's horrible.
No, I could give you his first name, but I don't want to do it.
Yeah, no.
Tell Enrico to that we don't like him for doing that.
Thanks for coming in, and Merry
Okay.
Christmas.
Take
I
care.
love my dad. I'd kill for him. I'd go to prison for him because I love him so much.
Connect with Dan and Amy using the AM 560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
Coming up next, why Salvation Army kettle donations are way, way up. But first, here's your forecast, Bruce.
Okie doke. Just trading Dust Bowl stories with your dad. You know, he lived near the Jodes for a while. They kind of wrecked property values. Today, mostly cloudy, high of 35 tonight. Mainly cloudy, low of 24 tomorrow. Mostly sunny, high of 34, low tomorrow night, 23. Friday, increasing cloudiness, high of 32, low Friday night, 25. Now for a check of traffic, here's Jim Talabante.
Thanks, Bruce. Good morning. Morning, Amy and Mr. Jacobson. On the inbound Kennedy, you'll find delays from Irving Park to the Hubbard Tunnel. 48 minutes, O'Hare to downtown. 38 from Montrose, 30 in the Express. Outbound 10 to Montrose, 30 to the airport. The Edens is fine. Eisenhower's jammed much of the way from before North Avenue to Western. A crash just cleared, but it's an hour and 14 minutes. Thorndale to downtown. 57 minutes from Manheim. Outbound 31 to Thorndale. Stevenson, 48 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Outbound 5 at 34. Ryan, 29 minutes, 95th to downtown. Northbound Tri-State, stop and go 95th to 31st and Roosevelt to North Avenue. Eastbound Adams Tollway, it's bottled up from Arlington Heights Road to Toohey. This is thanks to road construction in the left lane. I'm Jim Talamonte in the AM 560 Traffic Center.
Hey, do you need to sell your home now? Has it been on the market so long your listing expired? Well, I know the man who will absolutely sell your home now, and it's Saul Z and the Z team, and he needs homes right now all over the Chicagoland area. Saul's database of thousands of buyers are looking for homes in the $250,000 to $750,000 range, and there's likely a buyer for you right now, but do not wait. On average, get this, Saul sells a home every single day. No joke. No other agent sells your home quicker or for more money. He's so confident he'll sell your home, he offers a 59-day guarantee. So list your home with Saul. If it's not under contract, within 59 days, Saul sells it for free without his commission. Again, 59 days or he'll sell it for free. And Saul needs homes right now to sell, so call him. Contact Saul Z and the Z team at callsaul.net. That's callsaul.net. Or give him a call at 888-346-0666. That's 888-346-0666. And please tell Saul that I sent you.
Balance of Nature's Fruits and Veggies has thousands of success stories from people just like you. There is only one way you can find out for yourself what Balance of Nature's Fruits and Veggies will do for you, and that is try it. Yes, try it and receive your own success story. To help make this happen, Dr. Howard has put together an all-new health challenge that will absolutely allow you to find out for yourself what Balance of Nature's Fruits and Veggies will do for you. The new challenge will allow you to receive 2 months of free product. Yes, 2 months of free Balance of Nature's Fruits and Veggies. Call now for details, and who knows, you may be hearing your own success story on the radio. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 1-800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com. Use promo code Chicago.
It's the most effective product that I've ever bought in my life. I should have ordered it 15 years ago.
Hey, you've heard how Automated Systems excels at assisting companies with systems integration and FDA compliance, but they're also a staffing leader. They supply handpicked elite leadership, subject matter experts, and proven technical professionals in engineering, quality control, and FDA compliance to support the life sciences field in executing mission-critical projects. ASI provides highly specialized pros to deliver projects on time and budget. Don't pay a lot more to a big consulting firm, and don't trust the big temp agencies to supply the talent you need. Call Laz, my friend Laz at Automated Systems, when failure isn't an option. ASI is retained by all of Chicagoland's Fortune 500 life sciences companies, from big pharma to startups, and excel through a culture of excellence in execution. For a staffing, compliance, or automation evaluation, call Laz now at Automated Systems at 844-HIRE-ASI or visit AutomatedSYS.com. That's 844-HIRE-ASI or AutomatedSYS.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain. Oklahoma, where the waving wheat, it sure smells sweet, and the wind comes right behind the rain. Oklahoma, every night, my honey lemon I sit alone and talk and watch the Iowa Hawkeyes making lazy circles in the sky.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Woo!
Wait, we're coming to the crescendo. Yippee-yay, yippee-yay. Oh.
Yay!
Ouch.
Yay!
Ouch.
Did you just pull a hamstring over there?
More than that.
Well,
I'm not doing fine, Oklahoma.
No.
Ouch.
In Oklahoma, they have Cowboys. Yes, they do. And the Cowboys did something really remarkable
No,
that
they,
has
Dallas.
increased.
No. Oh, that's the Oklahoma
The Dallas
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Yeah, that's Texas. It's close enough.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you like that? The segue I tried to
Worst
make?
transition ever. It's fine.
Second worst transition ever. But so many people drop dollar bills in the Salvation Army kettle,
Yeah.
but their donations have almost tripled because of what happened on Sunday night.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
I've seen tapes of it. Ezekiel Elliott, the star running back for the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
They have a kettle, a Salvation Army kettle, like on the sidelines.
What's in near the Dallas Cowboys end zone.
Yeah, and normally the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders pop out of it out of a
yes,
out of a
they
cake.
do.
But this time, Ezekiel Elliott celebrating jumped into the kettle. I mean, it's asking to be jumped into, which apparently violates NFL policy.
Well, look at how cute that is. I mean, seriously. Did you
he's
see
jumping
it?
in there.
He jumped in. He did a little peek in, peek down, and then popped out.
It almost is like he's being boiled in oil.
Well, the thing is that he was trying to promote the Salvation Army kettles and for people to.
Is that what he was trying to do?
Sure, he was.
Okay.
No, he earned a 15-yard penalty for using the prop in the touchdown celebration. And Cowboy owners Jerry Jones dared the league. They dared him to fine the team for its kettle placement. And so now they're going back and forth whether or not he'll be fined by the NFL.
Now, the only good thing, only thing that would have made it better.
It was called the kettle hop.
Is when he came out of it, he came out with a bunch of Krugerrands. Because that's what they used to find. They used to plant those Krugerrands in the Salvation Army kettles.
I so want to do my
real.
Krugerrand story, but it'll come off as really racist. But I used to live in Detroit, and Mayor Archer, not Mayor Archer, what was it? Coleman Young.
Yeah.
He used to talk about Krugerrands. He was embroiled in a Krugerrand controversy.
Oh, okay.
So we always do that. I can't do it.
You can't tease us like that with a
I know,
Krugerrand
I
story.
can't
Maybe
do
you'll tell it tomorrow. Maybe you'll finish it tomorrow.
Anyway.
But anyway, Ezekiel Elliott, he jumped out of a kettle and jumped into it, and whether he gets fined, it was a fascinating, a fun story.
And since that, though, again, people want to be like the cool kids. They want to be like Elliott, and so people are going to count Salvation Army kettlebell or the buckets and dropping in singles.
Why can you do the Lambeau leap into the crowd, but you can't jump into a Salvation Army kettle?
I don't know.
It just doesn't seem
Why
right.
not let it be legal? Because the Dallas Cowboys have been partnering up with Salvation Army's Red Kettles program since 1997, and they kick off their season after the Thanksgiving game, and then that goes into Christmas, through Christmas.
See,
so that red kettle, that big thing, is there the entire time.
What I would like to see in the
game.
next game is not only Zeke come out of the kettle, but also like Roger Staubach and Gil Brandt and Tom Landry. Everybody flows out of the kettle.
Hear about the big stories of the day, then talk about them right here on Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Your world is in transition. You and I know that. Some of these transitions we like. Social media, smartphones, the internet. Some of them we don't. Global economics and social beliefs that are in upheaval. In this fast-changing world, you need a trusted friend to turn to. A friend to walk with you and turn transition into transformation. Join me, Steve Beeman, for The Steve Beeman Show with my co-host Carol Parisi, Sunday nights at 8 o'clock on AM 560 The Answer. Let us partner with you in